Yeah. DQ. Check. Look. Boys can't do what we do. Buy it for one and we sell it for two. Sack the shit all the way up, trap the shit out, then we back in the stew. Boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Hey, boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Hey, top rope, swanton bomb, D-town, cold town shit. Little nigga 40 on the hip, pay the extra 40 for the kid. My boy sees it crazy with the guns, really extraordinary shit. This ain't for no ordinary lick. Call of Duty scope up on the stick. Ducked off eating Raisin Cane's to mean I'm extra saucy with the dip. Black and blue, I'm saucy with the drip. I would've made a saucy little crib. Managerial skills ill to mean the boy a boss up in this bitch. Taking flights to Boston in this bitch. 1,003 lacrosse, I'm feeling rich. Know I'm on my money making shit. Family call me money making Mitch. Haters mad cause money make them sick. Niggas jump with money make them sick. Married to my check-ins account. Relationship gold type of shit. First place gold type of shit. Gold teeth mode, yeah, I'm lit. Niggas can't do what I do. Buy it for one and we sell it for two. Ayy, sack the shit all the way up, trap the shit out, now we back in the stew. Ayy, boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Boys can't do what we do. Buy it for one and we sell it for two. Sack the shit all the way up, trap the shit out, when we back in the stew. Boy, I make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Boy, I make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Yeah. It just feel good. Let's go. I done popped out. Niggas thought we wasn't showing up. Niggas thought that we was slowing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. What's good, king? That's a text you probably get from me. So protective with my energy. That's why I selected for the victory. I done popped up. See, my presence is a fabricated. DQ and ride beats on the affidavit. Collaborated, all beats get decapitated. I want the whole thing. Motherfuckers tryna get a piece. One of a kind like a Mona Lisa. I steady dicking chickens down till they go to sleep. I done popped out. Niggas thought I wasn't showing up. Niggas thought that we was slowing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. What's good, king? That's a text you probably get from me. So protective with my energy. That's why I'm selected for the victory. It's a new day. Never tripping over yesterday's problems. Always pay my dues and I pay homage. Threw some diamonds in the watch to remain timeless. Goddamn. Cut the twist and I left them at your whole crib. Waved up, niggas swimming with no boat still. I ain't had a can of Marys in like 4 years. What's up, Nazir? Your daddy swagging on these motherfuckers. 10 toes flow harder than a candy sucker. Smelling good, getting blessed like a granny supper. Amen. Yeah, tabernacle in the holy chapel. If you ain't ready, we gon' leave it without you. BSMG, bitch, we need a statue. I done popped out. Niggas thought I wasn't showing up. Niggas thought that we was slowing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. What's good, king? That's a text you probably get from me. So protected with my energy. That's why I selected for the victory. I done popped out. Niggas thought we wasn't showing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. No? DQ, nigga. Solo dolo when I'm getting blow. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting dough. Yes sir. One sweet, one beat, one deep. Yeah. Oh, hey, solo dolo when I'm getting blow. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. One beat, one sweet, one deep. Infatuated, have my accolades look like a master's made in heaven. 7 different type of ways to make a woman pay whatever. Clever, chillin' in the shade, getting blazed, smoking pebbles. Fruity, chillin' with my duty, that's my son, he get whatever. Never worried about your tears on the road to the cheddar. Yeah, I died freshman year, now I'm back fresh as ever. Never worried about the motions, cause these hoes will say whatever. Whatever, ever, whatever, ever. Alkaline for my fitness. Chillin' back, minding my business. Roll up, stick it at icky. Fortified by my kidneys. Niggas say they want that green. Well, an eighth gon' cost you 50. See my white boys, they fuck with me. Got a boathouse on Lake Whitney. Bills just like my chicken. Meaning like my shit crispy. Yellow bone colored jiffy. Cornbread chick who with me. Niggas don't like me here, but they love me in my city. Your mama love me when she hit me, and she hug me with her titties. Ha! Oh. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting blow. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Yes sir, one sweet, one beat, one deep. Yeah, you. Oh, hey, solo dolo when I'm getting blow. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. One beat, one sweet, one deep. This that satisfaction, cruise control, relaxing, blowing blunts in traffic, manufacturing dope and wave files, MP3 the package, send it off, guess I'm gaining traction, love to get reactions, people make reaction videos off the shit I mastermind and masterfully, keep the masses behind me, I mastered the science, mystics, the chemists, the Mayans, my ass is applying, knowledge and wisdom combining, I dig a little deeper, in turn I'm finding my Zion, look, cropped up, propped up proper, keeping pretty girls to myself. Never had a selfish type of mind. I passed the chick to somebody else. 35 footer with the left. I walk and shimmy off like a stealth. Elderberry fresh up off the shelf. Sea mouse good for my health. Never had a loser type of mind, cause losers think winners never lose. Can't equate the sugar coat the moves. Off the bank into the bank I choose. Every time the kid touch the mic, I double up and plus I touch the news. We gon' keep it bustin' on you dudes. One self-production, yeah, it's smooth. Oh. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting blow. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Yes sir, one sweet, one beat, one deep. Yeah, you. Oh, hey, solo dolo when I'm getting blow. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. One beat, one sweet, one deep.
Trimedia Records. Trimedia Records.
What the shit happen quick? I fell in love with this rapper shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Skills above average. Every single verse, I be slapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Let's go. Hit 'em with the Steph Curry emote. Floating on the track like a speedboat. Staying in my prime like I'm Bezos. Eating chopped cheese on the East Coast. While I'm on a leaf full of weed smoke. Bad little bitch at the compound. Whole lot of flavors and got dumb pounds. Hit you with a million for the rundown. It's immaculate how I choose to rap. When the beat is fire, so I lit the match. Produce myself, I made the track, I bet. My uncle hit and I in his head. Actually, contractually, it's bitter. Factually, a casualty to niggas. Happily and tactically, I get it. Each cop, the high and dash, I hit it. Fuck whatever that they talking, my nigga. I'ma always be me. I ain't gon' change. Hey, fuck whatever that they talking, my nigga. I'ma always be me. I did my thing. Fuck whatever that they talking, my nigga. I'ma always be me. I ain't gon' change. Hey, fuck whatever that they talking, my nigga. I'ma always be me. I did my thing. What the shit happen quick? I fell in love with this rap shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Skills above average. Every single verse, I be slapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Let's go. What the shit happen quick? I fell in love with this rap shit. want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Skills above average. Every single verse, I be slapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Let's go. A grown man takes his destiny into his own hands. Till he rests his feet on his own land. Check my heart, I beat to my own band. Chest move complete. A grown man takes his destiny into his own hands. Till he rests his feet on his own land. Check my heart, I beat to my own band. Chest move complete. When the shit happen quick, I done fell in love with this rapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Skills above average. Every single verse, I be slapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Let's go. When the shit happen quick, I done fell in love with this rapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Skills above average. Every single verse, I be slapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the captivity. Let's go. Let's go.
Trimedia Records.
Slow dance in the mirror all by herself. Yeah, hit the vape, so I know she feeling herself. Know I want her in that bodysuit that don't help. Yeah, milk chocolate in my mouth. She my sneaky little friend. She my freaky little friend. Since high school we got it poppin'. In college we never stop it. When we link, she get the link. When we meet, she get the meet. She my sneaky little friend. She my freaky little friend. She slow dance in the mirror all by herself. Hit the vape, so I know she feeling herself. Yeah, know I want her in that bodysuit that don't help. Milk chocolate and in my mouth she gon' melt. She slow dance in the mirror all by herself. Yeah, hit the vape, so I know she feeling herself. Know I want her in that bodysuit that don't help. Yeah, milk chocolate and in my mouth. She my sneaky little friend. She my freaky little friend. Since high school we got it poppin'. In college we never stop it. When we link, she get the link. When we meet, she get the meet. She my sneaky little friend. She my freaky little friend. Hope this feeling never ends. She just getting wet. Bites is on your neck. Different type of sex. When we do connect, cameras is correct. Movie getting made. Quiet on the set. Tattoo on the throat. Fire with the neck. Yeah, fire with the neck. Dragging on the throat. Fire with the neck. Yeah, fire with the neck. She slow dance in the mirror all by herself. Hit the vape, so I know she feeling herself. Yeah, know I want her in that bodysuit that don't help. Yeah, milk chocolate in my mouth. She my sneaky little friend. She my freaky little friend. Since high school we got it poppin'. In college we never stop it. When we link, she get the link. When we meet, she get the meet. She my sneaky little friend. She my freaky little friend.
When a nigga had a brand new Cadillac and a whole bunch of hoes in it, he was smooth as ice. Smooth as ice. It was smooth as silk, baby. He was good. Yeah. I see him put it up, put it down. He gotta go down, he rise up. He moved from town to town, place to place, city to city. Nigga got around. Nigga got around. Oh yeah. I go to New York, he his name. Yeah. I go to Cleveland, he his name. Chicago, I put his name down. They know it.
Check. She with the babbling, nigga known for the traveling. Like I can't dribble, I'm hitting hoes with the javelin. Put it in the middle, I'm steady roaming like Vatican. Syllabus and cannabis pimping, I'm now establishing. Wolf out the pack, I'm catching styles straggling. Pussy dead stock, I'm ripping hoes out the packaging. Points that I'm averaging, think Kyrie is passing them the ball. Watch me ball on niggas, it's so spectacular, they ill advised. Stepping in no shit because I'm hella wise. Serving up this pimpin' like some curly fries. That Gus chicken gripping on some girly thighs. Frying like some pickles when I swing and glide. Having conversations, entertaining vibes. I peep her body language and she peeping mine. I ask if she hungry, she say what's her rhyme. I crack a smile and give her ass some curly fries. Said it's such a spectacular feeling. Real rap, no cap, I'll be macking these women. Shiesty down, condom on, I'm attacking that kid. Rent paid, stomach full, spectacular living. Say my closet is hated by people. The fox fur got them hotter than plated fajitas. Pearl parallel when I park and they paying the bill. My 2 cents that I give belong to the museum.
Well, a nigga had a brand new Cadillac and a whole bunch of hoes in it. It was smooth as ice. Smooth as ice. It was full of silk, baby. It was good. Yeah. I saw him put it up, put it down. He tried to go down, he rise up. He moved from town to town, place to place, city to city. He got around. Nigga got around. I go to New York, I hear his name. Yeah. I go to Cleveland, I hear his name. Chicago, I hear his name now. They know it.
Yeah. DQ. Check. Look. Boys can't do what we do. Buy it for 1 and we sell it for 2. Sack the shit all the way up, trap the shit out, then we back in the stew. Boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Hey, boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Hey, top rope, swanton bomb, D-town, cold town shit. Little nigga 40 on the hip, pay the extra 40 for the kid. My boy sees you crazy with the guns, really extraordinary shit. This ain't for no ordinary lick. Call of Duty scope up on the stick. Ducked off eating Raisin Canes to mean I'm extra saucy with the dip. Black and blue, I'm saucy with the drip. I would've made a saucy little crib. Managerial skills ill to mean the boy a boss up in this bitch. Taking flights to Boston in this bitch. 1,003 lacrosse, I'm feeling rich. Know I'm on my money making shit. Family call me money making Mitch. Haters mad cause money make them sick. Niggas jump with money make them sick. Married to my check-ins account. Relationship gold type of shit. First place gold type of shit. Gold teeth mode, yeah, I'm lit. Niggas can't do what I do. Buy it for 1 and we sell it for 2. Ayy, sack the shit all the way up, trap the shit out, now we back in the stew. Ayy, boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Boy, we make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Boys can't do what we do. Buy it for 1 and we sell it for 2. Sack the shit all the way up, trap the shit out, when we back in the stew. Boy, I make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Boy, I make this shit look easy with pleasure. They never can do what I do. Yeah. It just feel good. Let's go. I done popped out. Niggas thought we wasn't showing up. Niggas thought that we was slowing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. What's good, king? That's a text you probably get from me. So protective with my energy. That's why I'm selected for the victory. I done popped up. See, my presence is a fabricated. DQ and rap beats on the affidavit. Collaborated, all beats get decapitated. I want the whole thing. Motherfuckers trying to get a piece. One of a kind like a Mona Lisa. I'm steady dicking chickens down till they go to sleep. I done popped out. Niggas thought I wasn't showing up. Niggas thought that we was slowing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. What's good, king? That's a text you probably get from me. So protective with my energy. That's why I'm selected for the victory. It's a new day. Never tripping over yesterday's problems. Always pay my dues and I pay homage. Threw some diamonds in the watch to remain timeless. Goddamn. Cut the twist and I left them at your whole crib. Waved up, niggas swimming with no boat still. I ain't had a can of Marys in like 4 years. What's up, Nazir? Your daddy swagging on these motherfuckers. 10 toes flow harder than a candy sucker. Smelling good, getting blessed like a granny supper. Amen. Yeah. Tabernacle in the holy chapel. If you ain't ready, we gon' leave it at you. BSMG, bitch, we need a statue. I done popped out. Niggas thought I wasn't showing up. Niggas thought that we was slowing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. What's good, king? That's a text you probably get from me. So protected with my energy. That's why I'm selected for the victory. I done popped out. Niggas thought we wasn't showing up. Had to prove these niggas ain't no hoeing us. No? DQ, nigga. solo dolo when I'm getting blow. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Yes sir, one sweet, one beat, one deep. Yeah, you. Oh, hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. One beat, one sweet, one deep. Infatuated, have my accolades look like a master's made in heaven. 7 different type of ways to make a woman pay whatever. Clever, chillin' in the shade, getting blazed, smoking pebbles. Fruity, chillin' with my duty, that's my sonny, get whatever. Never worried about your tears on the road to the cheddar. Yeah, I died freshman year, now I'm back fresh as ever. Never worried about the motions, cause these hoes will say whatever. Whatever, ever, whatever, ever. Alkaline for my fitness. Chillin' back, minding my business. Roll up a stick of that icky. Fortified by my kidneys. Niggas say they want that green. Well, an eighth gon' cost you 50. See my white boys, they fuck with me. Got a boathouse on Lake Whitney. Bills just like my chicken. Meaning like my shit crispy. Yellow bone colored jiffy. Cornbread chick who with me. Niggas don't like me here, but they love me in my city. Your mama love me when she hit me. And she hug me with her titties. Ha! Oh. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Yes sir, one sweet, one beat, one deep. Yeah, you. Oh, hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. One beat, one sweet, one deep. This that satisfaction, cruise control relaxing, blowing blunts in traffic, manufacturing dope and wave files, MP3 the package, send it off, guess I'm gaining traction, love to get reactions, people make reaction videos off the shit I mastermind and masterfully keep the masses behind me, I mastered the science, mystics, the chemists, the Mayans, my ass is applying, knowledge and wisdom combining, I dig a little deeper, in turn I'm finding my Zion, look, cropped up, propped up proper, keeping pretty girls to myself. Never had a selfish type of mind. I passed the chick to somebody else. 35 footer with the left. I walk and shimmy off like a stealth. Elderberry fresh up off the shelf. Sea mouse good for my health. Never had a loser type of mind, cause losers think winners never lose. Can't equate to sugarcoat the moves. Off the bank into the bank I choose. Every time the kid touch the mic, I double up and plus I touch the news. We gon' keep it bustin' on you dudes. One self-production, yeah, it's smooth. Oh. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Hey, solo dolo when I'm getting low. Yes sir, one sweet, one beat, one.
All the lies you've been told, baby, let me set you straight. For Dr. Vic, my hotel, miracle. AKA Almonte. All the lies you've been told, baby, let me set you straight. What we did back then was great. You just don't know. Let me show you the past so your future can look bright. Help you walk into the light. Cause you see yourself. I've heard them say that we wasn't even there. Baby, let me make this real. We were the ones. If you pay attention to what I'm about to show, there's no doubt that you will be with the one. And I'ma show you Nefertari would have said she was black because that's the way that my man. I'ma show you Egypt was a black land, King Tut was a black man. Cause that's the way that my man. And now we came from the southern land, so I know they think that we forgot. From the horn in the west, these black people made their way. See them coming for Friday, and here we are. As above, so below, this is how they built in stone. We have never been alone, this is the truth. If you can't see yourself, then it's true you've been misled. Got them lies all in your head, let me help you. And I'ma show you Nefertari would have said she was black because that's the way that my man. I'ma show you Egypt was a black land, King Tut was a black man. Cause that's the way that my man. I'ma show you our history. it real. Tell me what you gonna do. Gonna keep it. Keep it to yourself or gonna tell the world. If you do, then prepare for the challenges you face. My heart goes out to
Let's get ready to For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
Pull up the seat and pull out your shot glass. Carnivorous for the podcast. Trimedia for the broadcast. Straight up balling out on they fraud ass. The coalition of bitches, they talk trash. On the mission, defending your soft ass. Rolling green and clubbing this golf class. Loaded lust couldn't say they lost ass. The capital community streets is all sad. Niggas be thinking the heat they all last. Be conscious of all the sand in the hourglass. Be humble when be prepared when the power pass. Old and young niggas, we all clash. Ideology different, we move the ball fast. Yeah, these chickens is out of season, we haul ass. There's a reason we undefeated, it's all fast. Pull up a seat and pull out a shot glass. Carnivorous for the podcast. Trimedia for the broadcast. Straight up balling out on they fraud ass. Pull up a seat and pull out a shot glass. Carnivorous for the podcast. Trimedia for the broadcast. Straight up balling out on they fraud ass. Yeah. Haha. Check. Look. When we first sent the email, reply was all crickets. 3-man weed, tell my mans book the tickets. From the sideline, y'all gon' have to look and listen. While y'all business on the book, we tryna sell a book of business. Playing with your mind, yeah, the logo looks suspicious. AI technology, surviving through the glitches. My first flip was 3,000 and all 50s. Couple sticks and stems, but buzz was all sticky. Now we're building corporations, doing no hesitation. It's triple fours, get on board with my rotation. All Genesis, they thinking it's Revelations. This all first verse, my pen ain't no location. All leading up to Trimedia innovations. Revenue streams, residual situations. Revenue stream, not rivers, so be patient. My cash flow quadrants, margins so spacious. Kush covers on the market, you can taste it. My ebook hit the web, you can't erase it. When my voice hit the track, it's a wavement. I'm somewhere shopping, buying jewelry out in cases. I attract money, baby, I don't chase it. And I don't slap honeys, baby, I replace them. It's integration if you want that conversation. Handshake, grip it tight like I'm a mason.
What up, though? Peace to the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. I can't hear myself.
What up, baby?
What's goody?
Good up, man.
That nigga, that dude Diddy look bad, G. they got.
That's
Diddy
a real picture?
That's a real. Well, it's an AI picture of what he looks like right now.
Okay, I'm about to say, nigga, somebody got their camera. That's the iPhone.
Yeah, that's like the but he looked crazy, bro. He looks crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can
He
pull up
is crazy.
No,
Y'all
he is.
hear that shit?
Yeah, no question.
Chill out, man. Here we go.
Here we go. Hey, listen. Pop it off. Pause. Jesus, right after Diddy. All right, listen, real quick. Shouts to the chat. Trimedia Carnivorous in the building. We're gonna bring y'all some of these conversations. We got so many shows coming up. We actually had to take a break. Mother's Day. Shouts to all the mothers in the chat. Shouts to all the irrelevant conversations on YouTube taking place right now. But we don't just make up stuff to talk about. We actually want to bring something to y'all that makes sense. We got a great show with Corey and Chef coming up. Great show with me and Kyle and Chef coming up. Great podcast with DQ. We got a lot of stuff coming up, so we just decided we take a couple days. But we in the building. We just doing a live show talking about current topics. Diddy, the playoffs, that dictator over in Burkina Faso.
That dictator here.
The dictator here in Washington, D.C.
My black pope.
The black pope. Yeah.
The black
Yeah,
pope.
It's so much stuff to talk about. Yeah. And the New York Knicks might actually make the NBA finals, which is diabolical. So that's a conversation we definitely can have. But y'all shout each other out. I'm gonna shout the chat out real quick, and then I'm gonna give it over to my brothers. Shout out to my brother Noslin Pride. Yeah, that Shaka song. At first, I was kind of playing it as a joke. That Shaka song actually is fire, bro. that song, that remix did DQ. That song is actually fire.
You better pay that man his royalties.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I've been even hitting Shaka trying to let him know, man. This shit is crazy. When I isolated his vocal and I actually heard what he was saying, I said, "Oh no, Shaka's spitting on this motherfucker." I gotta go ahead and produce a track around that. But yeah, man, salute to No Surprise for sure. I produced majority of them tracks, but appreciate the love and everybody else who was in the comments, man. We here.
Yeah, shouts to Super Wavy. Shouts to my brother Timmy Turner. Shouts to Tika. Tika got a birthday coming up. I don't know if it's at midnight tonight, but happy pre-birthday to you. Yeah, shouts to you. Shouts to Gayasi, always first in the building. 504, number one moderator in history, Donnie Williams. That brother gets around, bro.
Yeah, Donnie show love.
Yeah, Donnie shows love to a lot of people. So I'm gonna stay with that. Hits, what's going on, my brother?
Ain't nothing. How y'all doing, man? Hope everyone is good. Be careful in this crazy weather out here. Go and get that merch. Stop playing. See what it is. Go good with that Brewers hat, right? Get that. Stop playing. The link is in the chat.
Let me see that shirt again.
That shit fly. Yeah, I gotta get me one.
I gotta go. Hold on, let me log in.
Link is in the chat.
I don't even have that damn shirt. All right, I gotta get that one. And you know he a New York nigga with the hat. He gotta have the hat match with the shirt. Y'all niggas are so simple. That's the
Hold on.
New York niggas. All they gotta do is have that T-shirt and that hat combo. That's enough. And maybe the white.
I ain't done.
Let's go. That TMI merch. That TMI merch.
Don't crash out. Don't me crash out. Damn.
Let's go. TMI merch, baby.
Okay.
On sale.
No problem. I gotta go shopping.
Link is in the chat. Nah, what's up, everybody? That's all. Shout everybody out. Chef, Logic, Brass, DQ, Carnivorous Podcast. What up, y'all?
Shout out to my brother
Corey.
Logic, whenever you want to come up, bro. Wherever you at.
What up, Logic?
All right, so let's get it. So what's the first one? I'm in here. Hold on. What is it? Yeah, somebody that could really sing will kill that. I don't know what that means. Shouts to you, YouTube 91. You got
might as well put the Diddy up.
Most YouTube cop name in the history of YouTube. YouTube 91. That sounds like a cop.
So we know a little bit. I wish Logic was here. We learned a little bit about the BDSM, right? Come on, Brass, walk with me.
I got you. I was on mute. My bad. I got you.
All right. It sounded to me that Diddy and Cassie had a sexual BDSM sub-dom contract going on. And to the world, there's some really, really crazy foul ishing going on. So, yeah, it's a whole lot about to get revealed. There's a lot of stuff behind doors that I know a lot of people didn't. Well, I know they probably didn't want to come out, but yeah, in the court of public opinion, they trying to railroad that boy Diddy, and for the stuff that he did, actually for the cases, because he's getting charged for cross-state prostitution. Was it a sexual abuse? Like, I think all those are gonna weigh heavy on Cassie's testimony. So yeah, it's about to be wild. He got 5 charges in total.
All right, I'm gonna let Hits do all the Diddy searches so my algorithm don't get fucked up. I'll let him clean his computer because just reading this stuff for
It's
this trial,
it's in the Trimedia. Hey, it's on the Trimedia Chrome, so you good.
God. Yeah, because bro, reading some of these transcripts from some of this stuff, it make you want to take a shower, bro. Dude is over the top nasty, bro. I don't know how much y'all want to actually talk about, but he's over the top nasty.
We don't want to get flagged.
Yeah, he's over the top nasty. That dude is bugging out.
Yeah, I want to. We bugged about the semen with the polite situation. This whole next level right here.
Yeah, I feel like all right. That's one shower, so I'm already at one shower. Hey, yo, you right? Hey, Pure Black, you right? Hey, free Puffy, but kill Diddy, bro. free Puffy, but lock Diddy up. The Puffy, all about the Benjamins and every step I take. Yeah, I fucks with Puffy. Pause, but Diddy, I don't fuck with the diddler. This guy. Certain names, I guess he was just normal during certain names, and other names he was just bugging out. What you say, Chef? You on mute, Chef? You on mute? You've been on mute this whole time.
Chef got a saltfish plate over there. That's why.
Oh no, I'm on the phone. My bad, y'all.
Okay. Go ahead. All right, Hits. Go ahead.
Now I want to wait till they get to this Kid Cudi stuff with this car trying to get blown up. You know, that's.
We knew about that because that actually took a toll on his music. He went on a streak where his music was booty. No pun intended. But yeah. That shit.
And I also want to know, you know, when we get to the no is no. Like we all know that something can carry on continuously for a little while, but when a person says no that day, that time, it's no that day and that time, right? So regardless of her, I guess, cooperation, if there was a time she didn't want to cooperate, then I'm sure that's going to be taken into account too. You know, if I was his defense, I would, you know, muddy it all up. Like, no, this is just how we get down. But, you know, I guess the prosecutor, his job is to, you know, find them moments in there, whether she was scared, she was, you know, suffering from being the victim, and times that she didn't want to, you know, just for her, not, you know, I don't know all these other witnesses they got or plaintiffs. So that's what I'm interested in.
I feel like one thing that's interesting to me is like the power dynamic and how they're going to try to depict control, because they're saying that they have tapes as times where Diddy wasn't present and Cassie was still engaging in the situations, and they're trying to say that Diddy was steady watching the cameras, or he wanted it to be recorded for his pleasure later on. Just whole type of thing. So yeah, this case is gonna be wild.
Well, we can read some of the stuff real quick, you know, just you know, gloss over it. Beating her after a party at a Los Angeles club, right? Chasing her when she attempted to escape an encounter, where she said he R'd her right in the living room. You gotta be careful maybe with some of these words too. She felt trapped, access to guns, past threats, violence towards others. The Kid Cudi thing. Let me turn this down. Sought help for her drug use, like I guess rehab and treatment and things like that. So all of that is going to come into play. You know, if you can show that you're on drugs, you're being coerced, being drugs, you're scared. Again, those things, you know, of physical abuse. And two, we got to talk about later on. Don't forget this, since we're on the entertainment. This supposedly new evidence with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. I don't know if y'all saw that in the news, but y'all, you know, we can pull that up later. We may not get to everything today, but we'll talk about the diddler right now. So
that name is diabolical, bro. The diddler.
It's so catchy though.
Yeah, it's catchy
Logic.
shit.
Disgustingly catchy.
Catchy shit.
It's just catchy.
What hat is that, Logic? Piece to the people. What hat is that?
I have no idea.
what is that? You
It
just
look like the
wearing
Sankofa. It
hats.
look like the Sankofa bird.
Nigga, man.
He on.
He just
He
immediately
on
came
his
in.
Black Power.
I have no idea.
It's the
JP, what up?
the Black Power Fest. That's exactly what it is. No, I actually saw this on there. That's what really made me want to get
Individuality, nice.
All right, that's hard. All right.
Very nice. They doing an extended trailer for the Superman. This Superman movie look like it's gonna be tough.
They better do
That's
something.
that's
Ryan
way off the subject, but it looks nice.
They Ryan Coogler. It's the boogeyman.
Yeah, he the GOAT right now. He the GOAT.
They got another what is it? Ironheart that's going to be on Disney. Ironheart, I guess. I don't know if he's directing that. I could look that up when
I hope not.
we move on. But I don't know if y'all saw the clip for that. If you're a Marvel fan, go look that up. Some of our brothers and sisters in there. Don't hate. Go support. Brass.
I got a question about this trial, right? So I follow a couple lawyers. I don't know if they real lawyers, but they say they lawyers, so I'm gonna just rock with it on Instagram. And one of them made a good point. I thought this was a RICO trial.
Well, that's
They
one of the
said that
charges.
there were people. No, but I'm saying, but they're saying that some of the people in the beginning of the trial, when she was testifying, some of the people have walked out because it's basically just like a domestic violence, sexual assault kind of trial. And even though they just starting up, but with all of the initial stuff, like it got to the point today where the judge said he didn't want to hear about baby oil no more. Like he told the prosecutor, don't bring up baby oil anymore. He got tired of hearing it. So what is the actual RICO aspect of this trial?
It's the organization. It's the organization, organized transporting people across. That's one of them, right? Transporting people across state lines to engage in prostitution. And I'm sure, yeah.
Don't get 'em.
And it's early on. This is just, and two, she's pregnant. So, I think 8 months pregnant. So they have to get her out of the, in and out of there quick, right? Because, she'd have turned up in labor. She might not have, been able to testify there. So, but yeah, they said it's early. They just laying out the premise now, show some of that. But obviously they know it's a RICO case. They're the ones bringing the charges. So I guess they're going to piece all that together.
You see the husband walked out. The husband was there. And in the middle of her testimony, when she started talking about her sexual assaults, the husband just got up and walked out the courtroom. I would imagine, Chef, do you think that would be hard to hear on a man to man note? To hear.
But hold on, let's read 7 still images from videos of freak offs which showed her with several different escorts. That's just to put some clarity to what Brass is saying.
Yeah.
Yes, but I know for sure, man.
What a jury.
Listen, you can talk to a female that you're involved with, right? Mm-hmm. Or any female, if y'all have an intimate conversation and they'll start talking about things that happened to them in their past, you actually get, you be wanting to put hands on some, you feel me? You be like, what? You feel me? Like, just talk to a female. Like, I teach, so these young girls will come in there and they'll start talking about hardships in their lives. And they'll talk about how people in their lives then, like, family members and close people, when they was younger, then did things to them, like, or older dudes in the neighborhood then guided them and did. You'd be like, yo, like, bro, man, if you have daughters, man, sisters, man, protect them. Like, man, that's all man. And is on, and I say this, and I ain't trying to be on no soapbox, but everybody has, well, most victims, female victims have family, right? So it is up to us to protect these women. Like that shit is on us, man. When these females talk about some of the things that happen to them, right? And y'all come across them, just know that it was family members that dropped the ball. You feel me? It was loved ones who dropped the ball. I have a close friend. She told me how, and I know these people, she told me how her mother and them told her she was fast. When she told her mother and them what was going on or what happened to her, she said her mother and them blamed her. You know, they reversed it on her. Say, well, that's your fast ass and you weighing all that little shit and this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? And I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? It took somebody outside the family to actually say, yo, I'm gonna fuck that dude up. You dig what I'm saying? But the family members blamed her. So they be scared to even confide in people. Just imagine Cassie going to people telling them what's been going on. Most people in the community, in the Black Latin community, probably said, yo, you fucking with Puffy. Like, girl, you better take that law. You know what I mean? Like, you in possession. Like, they probably, you know, you see what I'm saying? Her family probably told her, like, hey, you could come back and live here. You know what I mean? Like, you were Puffy. You was flying around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, you better eat that. Like, you know what I mean? Crazy.
And two, I think they started dating right when she was, I think, 19. And there's like a 16 or 17 year age difference there too. So you got a lot of different dynamics. You got the entertainment dynamic, you got the age dynamic, you got her probably wanting to be in the industry. Mm-hmm. And two, her case was, I think, done, right? Her case against him, that was done. This is not her case. She's just a witness.
Yeah.
You know, so I think a few years ago they had her, or was it last year? When they settled whatever, either out of court, her and Puffy. And then right after that, I think the video came out. Maybe not right after, but then the video came out, and then here come these charges. So, but yeah, she was young. She was young. I think 19, 20, 18, 19. But here's what Brass was saying, right? The husband went outside. Oh, and in those pictures from the video that they showed, they only showed them to the jury. Yeah, they didn't show them to the public. Yeah. So there's probably a lot of stuff that is on those tapes, and they got all, a bunch of tapes or whatever. There's only the jury's gonna see, unless TMZ, pay somebody off like they do. They'll hit you off. That's it. Ventura was good.
What you say about it, Logic?
I actually, there's a lot of catching up to do, but her having black eyes, like for me, that's gonna sound crazy.
It is. All right, just how you started it off is gonna sound absolutely crazy. Go ahead.
Crazy, right?
Go ahead, my brother. I ain't cut you short.
Her having black eyes may not mean that she necessarily like looking to leave the relationship, right? I'll put it to you like that. I'm not saying that she's like, as soon as he walked through the door, he like, she like, yo, what's up? Hit me, you know what I'm saying? Bam. But he might know what particular button to press, and she know the results for pressing. But yet she stays, right? And this might be, I've seen people, like outside of BDSM that you can have conversations with and ask them why they still in obviously abusive relationships, verbally and physically. And, you ask them why they, won't leave, or why is it difficult for them to leave. And that whatever they tell you doesn't amount up to their actions. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you're financially kept there or anything like that. I personally do think that there are people who like toxic stuff. Like being a toxic person, receiving toxic stuff. I've actually seen that personally. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what this particular case is, but her just simply having black eyes, I don't know,
Black eye, fat lip, gash on forehead, other bruising. And
They play rough.
And may you know, if I would hope they could show that was her behavior prior.
Yeah, I mean,
Or there's a history of that, you know.
Right. It sounds crazy. I know what you're saying, but
all right, so let's unpack this, bro. I got a question.
And at the same time, I'm also really saying that because I think the charges are racketeering. Like her having black eyes, fat lip, gash on forehead ain't racketeering, right? Like that there might be something else going on there, but you know, even some crucial ass images or some shit. Like I don't know, you know, but that's one of the things that I can't get out of my head as I'm reading, you know, what I'm reading.
So now, are you surmising? I have a question. So,
Wow.
are you surmising? You'd be the perfect person to ask this question. Are you surmising that this is like a BDSM kind of situation, or is this like an abuse? From what you've read, I mean, none of us are very well read on it. I'm kind of staying out of the conversation. It's kind of messy for me.
I scroll down real quick just to get a few things, and I'm looking at the same thing you looking at. Like, so we describing freak offs. We, you know, oh wow, this sounds stupid, but like, man, we might be talking about like the nigga's sexual appetite might be off the chain. I don't know what it is, but it's saying if the court evidence is described as a freak off, it must be off the chain, right? And it must be like some form of commonality in his life. Like that must be something that is regular for him to have these free calls. So that like that nigga's sex life being crazy like that ain't racketeering.
No, I think this is just the beginning. They're gonna end up with the, you know, trying to prove it's about the organization. Like it's an organized.
That's what I want to hear.
It's
Rico aspect. I know.
But what
happened with her? They didn't solve it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, if that's what they're saying, the evidence is her having black eyes, but the charges are and gash on forehead. I mean, yeah, he off the chain. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want my sister or daughter anywhere near Diddy. But
okay, here you go. Racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Those are 3 separate charges. So it's not just one charge. It's 3 separate charges. And I think the racketeering part is what Logic is talking about. We can Google that and see what that is and get a basic definition. Just so, you know, we don't know where they're going with it. Agreement between 2 or more people to participate in a criminal enterprise that engages in a pattern of racketeering activity, which can include illegal acts, money laundering, drug trafficking, or fraud.
I know what racketeering is.
Well, I'm just reading the definition. Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out where's the racketeering. What I would like to get to, and Chef, maybe you know, DQ, maybe you know, where is the racketeering in this? Because this is what I'm gonna say. Racketeering is conspiracy, right? And it's organized. We get that part. But I'm trying to figure out if this was a domestic violence trial or a sexual assault trial or some form of that kind of trial, then I understand the first day of trial, the second day of trial, that this is what it would be. But I'm saying if this trial is here go I know there go Kyle. Drop Kyle the link. No, Logic is the one defending Diddy, Kyle.
I'm not defending Diddy.
I'm not. Okay, look, right here. In simpler terms, it means that Combs is accused of conspiring with others to engage in a series of illegal activities like sex trafficking, violence, drug distribution as a part of a larger ongoing criminal enterprise. So that's the racketeering part right here. Influence and corrupt organizations. That conspiracy charge is applied. Agreement between them. We read that, but he's being accused of obviously conspiring, illegal activities, which include the sex trafficking, the violence, and now hold on. It's 3 things in here, right? Sex trafficking, violence, and drug distribution, right? As a part of a larger, it's a part. It ain't the whole thing. It's a part of a larger ongoing criminal. I'm not saying he's doing this, but this is what they're saying.
Scroll up. No, down. I'm sorry. Scroll down. Key elements of the RICO Act. Okay, here we go. Let me see this. The prosecution argues that Combs' various businesses and ventures, including his music empire and companies, functioned as a criminal enterprise. It engaged in at least 2 instances that must show. Yeah, scroll down some more. I want to know specifically what they're saying is racketeering.
Well, obviously, we're going to get to that, right? These instances of this activity, some of these activity, drug distribution, sex trafficking, violence, right? Within a 10-year period. That's what it looks like. So, they're going to, and obviously they're going to get to that. Go ahead.
Hold on. I want to ask the question. Do we think that the federal government would charge him and go through all this if the charges wasn't warranted?
If it was just domestic abuse or violence or something like that, no, I don't think so.
Right.
No, yes, because just hear me out real quick. And once again, we're not defending Diddy. Just logic is the main fact of the matter is I know the federal government. I actually know a federal prosecutor. And not closely, I just know him. We have cigars and shit. He comes to my cigar bar. And we talk, not about this, just what he does, what I do, networking. And he's the one where I learned that sometimes they bring cases that are bullshit. Like the cases ain't bullshit. But they have such a high conviction plea out rate that they do bring cases against people. Now, I'm not saying this case. But they do bring.
But it sounds like you are though.
No, I'm not, because I think I would be afraid to bring a case like this with this much notoriety, this many eyes on it, unless it was something open, shut, So not in this case. But if you're asking me, do I think they would bring a case and not have everything sewed up? I think they have, because they have most of these cases plea out. Remember, they offered Diddy a plea. He didn't take it.
Okay, I'm going to read this real quick.
They don't want to go to trial, not on RICO.
Okay, real quick. Federal prosecutors have a high conviction rate. Often, I'm just reading on Google. I didn't feel like switching pages. RICO cases often exceeding 95%. This is largely due to the high burden of proof, what Chef is saying, required to bring RICO charges in the first place. So like he's saying, if you think they're just going to show up willy-nilly, it says it's due to a high burden of proof required in the first place, and the fact that most defendants, like Brad said, plead guilty to avoid more severe trial sentence. So it's both high burden of proof or three.
Like your boys say, it's an interplay.
Trial outcomes, defense strategies, and acquittal races. Acquittals are rare. 0.5%.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna bring a case like Chef, if you knew that if you knew you was gonna hit 95% of the shots that you was gonna take, you'd be throwing shots from anywhere. Shit, I mean, the shit gonna go in. I mean, these Fed time is crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah, but my whole thing is it's the it was the question, and like this trial has already played out in the public
opinion.
Yeah, like, so I mean, anybody who's been on social media already saying, oh, the nigga guilty. Now, whether we think he's evil for what he's done, now that's something different. Whether we feel like he should go to jail for these things, because the what's the word I'm looking for? The promiscuity in some of our neighborhoods is so off the chain that we in our communities will overlook a lot of these things and blame the victim. Yeah. Thank God that we are not the law, because we'll sit there and say again, well, her ass kept taking what your grandmother say. Shouldn't have took your ass up there.
Yeah, she kept going over there.
We like to repeat shit like that, and because we don't, it's like we will blame the addict, we will blame the victim instead of the victimizer, instead of the pusher. Like we have an affinity somewhere in us for criminality. You dig what I'm saying? We need to do better as a people. You dig what I'm saying? And then we'll blame the criminal justice system for its past racism against us as a people, and we'll try to shield people who victimize our own people in our communities with the past racism of the judicial system. Well, that's the nutty shit. Instead of saying that this person is a pariah to our community, right? We'll say, man, they racist, man. They just going after him because he a brother. Or they all kind of nut ass shit. You feel me? So I don't want to fall into that boat. You know what I mean? I want the law to work to be, because we're not gonna do the job that the law would do, right? We're not gonna do that, right? We'll make every excuse. We know a pimp or somebody who deals with younger females or like younger women like 22. We'll know a 40-year-old who want to mess with a 22-year-old, you know what I mean, and fuck their minds up. So you know what I mean?
I think, Chef, my question for you though would be is this. While we can agree that he's evil, while we can agree that this is nasty and disgusting, right? And the stuff that we're hearing is troubling. I do have some pushback though. I still don't. While some people I think would get all of the feelings that we get as just citizens, I do think that most people similar to us would struggle with how is this a federal crime? Because the thing with him, between him and Cassie, right? From what I understand, I like I said, maybe I will have to do some research on this case. I really don't want to, but from what I understand is that they settled this civilly with an NDA. So I'm not saying they didn't do these nasty things, but now I see why Logic was defending them before.
But a civil case does not trump a criminal case.
But but see, that's what I'm trying to say. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. This isn't a sexual assault domestic violence case. This is a federal RICO case. So what's going on here? So here's my
read the screen. That's why she's there.
I know to corroborate.
She's there as evidence pretty much. She's supposed to be proof. Yeah.
No, that's no question. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying right. Hold on. But my question would be, and I don't know if y'all struggling with this, it's just my question. I don't think the average person will be able to explain to you, yes, this is vile, yes, this is disgusting, yes, this is wrong, but I don't think the average person reading this, they don't know that, for RICO, you gotta prove a lot. So I'm trying to still kind of get an idea.
I understand it though.
Yeah.
It should make perfect sense.
So why is it a RICO? Then tell me why.
Hold on. So if she was a part of the sex trafficking, right? Then whatever she sued him for civilly and he paid has nothing to do with her being a part of the criminality. That those are two separate things. She got her money. So
I'm not familiar with the details. How is she part of the sex trafficking?
Because the sex worker, the male sex workers had sex with her. The male sex workers that what was he called? An escort. That escort had sex with Cassie. So she's a part.
So look,
she's a part of that.
You gotta. So if she a part of it, you gotta understand like in what capacity, right? What I'm saying is she's not
showing that it happened.
Not that Diddy.
Okay, so that's just she's just corroborating the evidence.
Yeah, she's just corroborating the shit.
No, she's not. She's actually like she's telling her story, but her like she's been testifying for. Those 2
now
days.
that goes to his credibility.
There's no
now what they're doing to his credibility, showing that he's a vile motherfucker.
Yeah, he a vile.
That's why they doing that. Right. So they gotta strip him
between her story and racketeering. So like we don't know what's the dynamic between and whoever that is came and gave us some D. Like we don't.
Yeah, but it goes against her credibility. It goes against his credibility. Do y'all get that?
Why don't
they gotta attack his? First off, when you
attack the victim, Logic.
Right, and
well, I mean, not
on trial.
Not against
Logic.
her.
Logic, he's on trial.
Of it. Like what is she initiating them texts between?
It's
her?
not about her. What? You don't get that?
No, she's not. No, this is okay. So
I might be missing something.
No, you're not missing
about
something.
Him.
I just got the kind of connection too. All right, so it's saying that under federal law, sex trafficking involves recruiting, enticing, harboring, transporting, providing, obtaining, or maintaining a person, knowing that the person will be caused to engage in a commercial sex act by force, fraud, or coercion, or where the person is under 18 years old. Yeah, he did that. He did that, no question. He did damn near all of that. Okay, so then that's the federal part.
And
I just didn't know.
for it.
I don't know how. I just didn't know the federal part. I knew what he's doing is wrong. I just didn't know that it was I know it was a crime. I'm trying to figure out the RICO aspect. So if that's the victim feared physical harm or professional ruin,
he beat her.
They were flown to
threatened
meet
her
men.
career.
Yeah. The women were flown to meet men, and young women were groomed, manipulated, and exploited. Okay.
I think y'all are paying too much attention to just Cassie, making it about her. They're going to bring multiple people on. Then you would have to say this about everybody: the driver, the security, the other sex workers, his assistants. Like you would. Yeah. But hold on. That's what I'm saying. If I think people are trying to narrow this down to just her. Her case with him is over. She's just a witness for the prosecution. She's a part of this. They're using her as part of their case. They're going to put up multiple people. That's going to, their goal is to show the organization and whatever you read for whatever they're trying to prove, whether it's the trafficking, the violence, or whatever it is. They're all going to be pieces in the whole case. So let's stop looking at it like, well, if it's just, with her, that's crazy. She might have liked it. No, she's just a piece of it as they go forward, because then you're going to end up doing that with every single person they put on the stand. Well, he's just a driver. What did you? Well, hell, he didn't know what was going. Just keep that in mind, and that's why.
Federal definition.
But no, not you. I'm just saying in general, all of us, we keep that in mind. It's a RICO case. They can't put everybody on the stand at the same time. They got to show all the connections. They got to show the organization, the whole structure of it, and why it's federal, because you start moving across state lines. Yeah. So some of this shit is not as high as bar as you may think it is. And I think it said they have to. Let's see. The prosecution, I'm reading from the other Google page, needs to demonstrate that Combs and associates agreed to commit at least 2 of the 35 offenses listed as racketeering activity. 2 out of 35. Look how low that bar is numerically. So if they could prove 2 out of just the racketeering, I'll look that up while you guys are talking to see what the other 33 are, right? We ain't going to read them, but just, in general to have an idea. But all they have to do is prove 2. That's just under the racketeering part.
Due diligence, what up? What does this mean? Her case is not over if she was in fact a sex worker too. Why do y'all keep saying her case is over? We're talking about the civil case she had with.
Yeah, to settle. Yeah, that's what I mean.
We're not talking about the criminal charge. We're talking about, when we say case, we're talking about the civil case she already had with Diddy that he already paid her for, I think, a couple years ago. Now, what is this thing about sex worker? I don't. Somebody, is that a thing too? Her case is not over if she is. Are they trying to? Is that I would assume Diddy's lawyer's case is that she's a sex worker. This is weird. This is why this is. I'm already at 2 showers over this conversation already.
Man,
this is the disgusting conversation. Due diligence. What up? What's going on?
Can you hear me now?
You low if you talking logic. You super low.
All right, I'm gonna.
I hear him. No, I hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, dude. Logic.
I don't know too much about it, but I definitely heard that they've already
My
had
mic is right
like
too
the
loud.
testimony of the male person that was being flown in and like arranged to have sex with Cassie. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not sure what the dynamic of those two individuals are. But they do have the testimony of the other person. So what I was really trying to get at is, even though you got Cassie testifying for is it 3 days, whatever it is, like I haven't necessarily seen like there be some sort of a clear connection. I don't know if that's just how they report it, but like some of those things, some of those little I guess details aren't necessarily available just yet. But from what I could tell, her being bruised up doesn't doesn't mean that Cassie isn't initiating contact between her and this sex worker. That's
What if she said she didn't want to get punched in the face that day? And but the day before she did. But no. How does that work? If Monday she said it's okay to kick her in the stomach, and Tuesday, hold on, and Tuesday you want to kick her in the stomach, and she says no. How does that work? Those are not the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, kicking her in the stomach.
No, I'm just punch in the face, whatever it is.
You're already talking about extremes, right? Let's just like
black eye. What's the black eye? Monday is okay.
I guess I can't really like reduce it to like slapping her. I mean, I'm not saying that it's anything less than what it is. I'm simply saying that I kind of don't know what the dynamic is, right? Like her, just like her not leaving is not enough for me. Right, like that's all I'm saying. I hope that don't make me like the craziest motherfucker on earth. Like that's all I'm saying. Like I've seen motherfuckers kind of like navigate that shit. It looks weird, I don't necessarily approve and feel like that they in a healthy relationship and no shit. But I don't see like me trying to break it up. Like I've seen it in real life, and me trying to break it up doesn't make either of those other two people happy. Like, any more than them claiming, getting beat on makes them upset. And then, of course, they have, you might have a little change of heart a couple years later or something like that. I've seen that too. But I've absolutely seen people just get along and have, be physical with each other from time to time. I have seen that.
Well, this is going to be brutal, right? Tomorrow, cross-examination.
Yeah, they're gonna go after her. But see, because what they're trying to say is what Logic is saying, is that this isn't, because see, Logic, her case for the federal part is that if she didn't do it, he was gonna ruin her career. He was going to threaten her with violence. So that's the difference. Like something outside of the sexual acts, something not outside of like a maybe
we have
a
video
sexual relationship. Yeah,
we have video
he beat her
of
up.
him.
Tried to leave
No,
her.
not that. We have video of him apologizing to her for all of these things.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He made a video crying, saying, he apologized. He was on drugs. It was.
I think that was after the video came out, right?
Yeah,
that's after the video came out.
He already admitted to it. And maybe he was high when he admitted to it. So them going after her is, they could say he was high when he, admitted to these things.
I'm with y'all. I'm really just like a half a step back. I have seen people in real life do that, like, and still be together.
Yeah, but it don't make it right though.
No.
So if your aunt and uncle, if your aunt and uncle was
I can call them up and say, "Hey, man, like you gonna let them do that to you, X, Y, Z, and just go right back over there?"
No, listen. But if the law get involved, listen. If the law you can let it go. You can say, "Man, they fight all the time. I'm not getting involved with that. They're gonna be back together tomorrow morning," right? Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying, Logic, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we from the same situation. Yeah, we get it. But if the police pull up and they putting hands on each other, they're getting charged. You understand? It's criminal. We cannot absorb, just because we let a lot of shit go personally. personally, us as black people, we can take a lot of shit. We can take each other doing a lot of wild shit to each other. I don't know why, but we can. We know murderers, and we let them prance around us. For some reason, they might have killed somebody that we were friends with, and we can justify it, right? So you have to be able to, I'm saying this, we have to be able to take ourselves out of the situation because we allow nutty shit on a day-to-day basis. We allow victimization on a regular. We gotta just step back and say, yo, maybe the law is right. Maybe treating people wrong is bad. Maybe we just try to, you think what I'm saying? Just, should you do that to somebody else? Should another human being be treated like that? Fuck whether they like it, whether you say they could justify.
I never said, I ain't said nothing about
no,
white.
no, I know you're not. I'm just saying.
I started out by saying, it
just
ain't like
take your,
he walk in the door and she greet him like, go ahead and, hit me with a
sometimes the laws can say you shouldn't do that to another human being.
Let's use.
Sell your ass,
Hey, let's let due diligence get into the.
Hold on, just to bridge the gap. Let's use the words that they're using. Like what Logic might be talking about is this. Why is my mic so loud? I'm sorry, y'all.
Your mic is banging.
Somebody got.
Why y'all tell me to cut it down, man? Why y'all tell me to cut it? That ain't me. Hold on, let me turn my mic down. I'm trying not to talk loud. Oh, there we go. Input. That should be better. All right, if that's too loud, just let me know.
No, that's Gucci. That's Gucci.
Yeah.
Okay.
You was Curtis Blow before.
I think what Logic is talking about is this, right? Along the lines of this, not necessarily. But when you get to this part, abuse, right? And the R word, that's a different story. And that don't have to happen over time. That could be a one-time thing. That's a problem. This could happen over time. The freak offs, right? But that happened once. If that happens once, that's a problem. If abuse happens once, that's a problem. So that's the kind of different, bridge the gap between Chef and what I think Logic is saying. So
I got you.
Go ahead, due diligence.
Why's my mic ridiculous?
You on mute, bro. Oh, we can't hear you, one.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Nah, we can't hear him.
Yeah, we can't hear you, G.
Tell him go out
and come back if you can.
Yeah. And we'll put the link somewhere.
I think the key for me in this whole thing, if he's threatening her career and forcing her to do this, I get the federal part. If he's threatening her career, threatening, how she's gonna make money, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I mean, it's wrong regardless, but to make the federal connection, if he's flying her state to state while he's doing all of this, with her fear of losing her career, her fear of being blackballed, it turns into an enterprise where he's making money off of this and these freak off parties. He's blackmailing people in regards to their career. Yet he bugging out. He was bugging out. So yeah, he needs is I don't know why he's taking a chance. They offered him a plea. I guess the plea must have not been that good. But it's definitely diabolical. If the judge got a say on day 2, Logic, Chef, I don't want to hear about baby oil no more, bro. These conversations that they having must be diabolical. If the judge can you imagine that hits? The judge got to tell the prosecutor, yo, don't say baby oil.
Use another word, Johnson and Johnson.
Word. Say lubricant.
Hey, Johnson and Johnson. Pause.
Yeah,
right?
I'm tired. He was tired. They've said baby oil so much in the first 2 days. The judge don't want to hear the fucking word.
But see, he hears everything in the back too. The judge. He hears everything in the back too. In the pre-trial, he been hearing about this stuff. He got to read all this stuff. So You know, when
Yeah,
they're
the
doing
judge up to about
yeah.
what 80 showers at this point hits. I know he's
Yeah,
just sitting there like, man, what the bro? I'm gonna say it. I don't know. I don't think we'll get banned for it. There was a part where they were talking about he was paying paying somebody to urinate in her mouth, bro.
I heard about that too, right?
And I said, listen, all I know is this: I must be a plain brother. Like that sounds so far away from sex, consensual relationships. That sounds so far away from like that. It's just crazy. And on top of that, the drug aspect is he was giving her drugs so that she could do it. And then I know there was rumors about the GHB and the baby oil and all of that. But then they were saying, man, listen, I couldn't, man. Ugh.
And too,
That
remember
nigga Diddy was not.
the pattern is not about her. The pattern is about
Oh, let me
him.
let due diligence up.
You know, so if he did say abuse 10 people once, that's the pattern.
Yeah, we
on
can hear
him,
you now, bro.
You know, not on her. And I think, you know, we concentrating too much.
Well, we just because she was the only one that spoke so
I'm just
far.
saying we talking about Diddy, not necessarily her. You know, his pattern, because he's the one. You know.
Yeah, you know what I want to see though? I want to see what other stars get. This is what I was hoping was the bombshell break up the industry part, Chef. That's what I was looking for. I want to hear was Busta at the who was at these damn parties, man? Was Busta there? Was Jadakiss there?
Busta's a prime suspect.
Right?
I think Diddy gonna take a plea. I think he's gonna change his plea, man.
I want to know if I want to know if Nasir was there. I want to know if Sean Carter was there.
I want to know if Hov was there. Matter of fact,
I just said it. I want to know if Sean Carter was there.
He was. I gotta wonder. He was. He financed it.
They don't remember. They don't remember what happened when they was there. Remember, Diddy used to spike the drinks and all of that stuff, right?
But, hey, go ahead, due diligence. I feel like I done said that 45 times. Go ahead, bro.
You only drink the punch one time, though. You don't come back.
It gets real diabolical when we all get on the same platform.
Drink the punch one
time. You ain't coming back to no shit like that.
Can we please allow due diligence to talk? This is why you'll never catch us all in the same room. Go ahead, due
no
diligence.
Way you doubling back to get roofie.
I'm with the fellow with the ball glove on his hat, right? Like one time, that's considered like SA. But whenever you allowed to go on for years, like, and you a grown person, I don't have much empathy for a person that lets another person hold a music career over their head and allows SA to go on for 4 years, 5 years, however long they was together. Like, if you were an adult, I don't have any empathy for you. If you underage, then I have some sympathy and empathy. But if you're a grown person and you letting them dangle a career over your head and let them do anything, you was in for the ride. You complicit. You a grown person. You had every opportunity to get out of the relationship. You walking on the red carpet. You going to shows. You know, you ain't got no way out. So I don't feel sorry for her. You know, even though he's a monster, he is a monster. But it's not like after the first year you didn't know what's up. After the second year you didn't know what's up. After the third, like how long before you just end it to win it and then you figure out that you ain't winning? He just gonna keep you in that position. Now you salty. You just salty now. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. Like, how long must it go before you complicit rather than a victim?
So your claim is that she's possibly complicit in her own abuse and R word and assault and all that.
This is gonna get bad.
For how long? Like how?
It was a simple question.
One time is enough.
Hey, let's stop sharing the screen. I want to see this. Hold on. Fuck
but
that.
Fuck
this screen. I want to see this. I want to see this live. Go ahead. Matter of fact, hey, shouts to you, due diligence. I spoke to you 1,000 times. I ain't never seen you before. What's going on?
What's up, dude?
Peace.
So my homeowner's insurance is going to fix my roof, my bedroom, every motherfucking thing. I was like, yo, my sister was like, yo, use your homeowner's insurance. I said, she said, boy, that's what the fuck is for. That's why you pay. I said, yo. You feel me?
What just happened?
What are you talking about,
Chef?
Chef?
Is talking to somebody else. Why y'all got
Chef,
him on
are
the
you
fence
talking
screen?
to somebody else?
No. Yeah, he not talking to y'all.
This nigga
Well,
is
what
not even
happened?
talking to us. Jeez, bro. Fuck you
about
and
getting
your
your fix.
homeowner's
You said you was
insurance.
getting your roof
Motherfucker,
fixed.
fuck your homeowner's insurance.
Oh yeah, but motherfucker, homeowner. Look, so let me tell y'all. Y'all know it's been raining. Hold on, my bad. I was on. Listen, so you know,
we went to
I'm
you
like,
to answer a question, and your ass talking about homeowners insurance.
no, because Brad, you know this like the Mac, right? I got my
I know, bro.
FaceTime and
Everything is
everything
tied in. Yeah, everything is
hooked
tied
up to my computer. So when my homegirl called me, when I answered, it switched. I didn't know that y'all could hear. But anyway, it's been raining like cats and dogs here, right?
As it is here too.
Right. So motherfucking roof start leaking. Now I'm about to pay out of pocket because I'm a hood nigga. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, my sister called me like, bro, use your homeowner's insurance.
Yeah, that's what it
And I said, yo, I didn't even think. She said, why the fuck you think you even pay homeowners? I said, for stuff like that. She said, you can make up some shit. You can say it damaged some shit that it didn't even damage. And they over. I said, yeah.
They'll send a drone out. I do shit all the time. They'll send a drone out, look at your roof, leave, and tell you what they'll pay for. Call it a day.
Hey, hold on though. They ain't gonna fix everything every year. What's gonna happen is if you try say something else next year or even 2 years from now, they're gonna be like, look, that's your second claim.
Right.
We advise you not to use that, and you'd be like, why? They'd be like, well, we're gonna have to get rid of you after that, and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
and they're like, well,
and they'll start fucking off your deductible.
Hold on, they'll tell you shit like, look, we expect a claim at least a maximum of one claim per 10 years. So you go getting little shit fixed and your roof blow off right after they pay for it, you gone.
Yeah, and then too, you make too many claims, they'll drop your ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're like, hey,
yeah,
we ain't got you paying for this insurance so you can use it. The hell wrong with you?
Go ahead, due diligence.
Go ahead. Okay, so due diligence, I thought it was logic that was defending everything, but apparently due diligence is, and here's the thing, I'm not going to everybody's going to be able to give an opinion. My only pushback to what you're saying is this. When in domestic violence, sexual assaults, and abuse, there's a reason mentally why they don't, even long term, sometimes it could be decades. There's a reason why something mentally happens. I mean, I don't want to go into all of that, but there's a reason why they don't blame the accuser and they still focus on the abuser as to what he's doing. Now, I know you would say at some point it would be complicit, but there are things that have gone on, I ain't gonna say worse than this, or as long as this. There's a reason why they automatically take all of the responsibility away from the victim. I don't know what that is, but there's a reason why they just say, like, if he's pressuring her job, she feels like her life is gonna be over if she don't do what it is. If there's a threat of violence, it's the threat of killing her or killing somebody close to her. I mean, this ain't the first case like this. I mean, it's not. It's probably the most publicized, but it ain't the first case. But I'm struggling to see you and Logic's point when y'all are saying that she could be complicit. I can't follow.
But if they're only using, just say out of the 100 times that she was complicit, there was one time when she wasn't, and they're using that as a piece in their larger puzzle to convict him. Is that good enough for you, or should that be removed? That she shouldn't even be counted because the one time that she she wasn't complicit.
I'll say
the other 99 just wash that away.
No, that's good enough for me, but I still think she's a scumbag too. That I think she was trying to use him, and she ended up getting used, and that's the nature of using people. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cassie not a P. Diddy type of woman. You know what I mean? She had the glitz and the glamour. She wanted to be a star. not saying it's her fault. A lot of young people get caught up in that, you know, but then to come back and be a victim like you wasn't complicit, that's all that I'm saying. Like, if you SA somebody, then you a scumbag and you should be in jail. But I do think that, you know, it was mutual at first, and he probably, you know, put her in some situations that she wasn't comfortable with and all that type of stuff. But then you allow it to go on for 4 years, thinking he gonna make you a superstar. To me, you just as complicit. Should he still go to jail? Yes, because he is a monster. But she ain't no angel either. Like, she just didn't. She was out to get something too, if you ask me.
So you kind of said it. How do you feel about Puffy?
Yeah, he's to be honest, I don't know enough to know, but from the small stuff that I do know, I do think he's a predator. I do think he uses power and his prowess, his fame in order to manipulate people. But whenever you are a grown person and you allow that, to me, you know, it's something wrong with you, because you know the old saying, like, people sell their soul for fame, people sell their soul for money. Like, you know what's up. Like, you coming into this knowing that you might have to do some despicable things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you do it, and then now 5 years down later you feel bad because nothing happened, then I don't have much empathy for you. You feel for it.
How you feel about 37-year-olds dating 19-year-olds?
It'll make me feel a little uncomfortable, but I just go with what the law say. You know what I'm saying? If the law allows it, then I don't get into it. If it was my daughter, I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. But I'm not gonna. It's hard when somebody's 19 in that age range to make them do, you know, what you want them to do. Like, I know how hard it is if you have a daughter that's 19 years old to get her not to do that. It'll make me uncomfortable, but you could potentially, you know, disconnect yourself from your daughter trying to, you know, navigate that situation. I wouldn't like it if it was my daughter, but the law says it's okay. It's okay.
Logic.
It's you know, I feel like anything I could say gonna make me sound insensitive, and I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? So it's
speak your truth. If you're insensitive, it's okay. It's not wrong. That's the whole definition of the word.
I feel like she joined the military, man, and she knew she was gonna have to shoot somebody. Right? And she knew some of the missions was gonna be tough, bro. She knew it. At some point in time, she had a realization if she didn't know it up front. You know what I'm saying? So I know it sounds crazy, dog.
No, that sounds absolutely crazy.
She was in the military, man.
No, she wasn't no fucking military, bro. She was
because she got PTSD.
Look, see, now she got PTSD now. Right?
Yo, just because two people get it, it ain't COVID, bro. Y'all two book it out. Listen.
Hold on. I got one question.
Hold on.
No,
wait.
See, it's like imagine that there should be at least one person at the freak off that know the punch is spiked, right? And it should be Cassie, man. She go drink it every goddamn time. You see what I'm saying? But you know what? Like I'm being funny about it, but it could.
No. But by your logic, by your logic, I don't know if this is what due diligence is saying, but Chef brought up a good point about drug addicts. Then by your logic, nobody is like. So you're taking the responsibility. It's like you're putting the responsibility of the crime onto the victim. That's what you're doing.
I am.
Yeah, you're putting the response. You're putting,
and I'm not trying to, but I feel like
that's because that's all I'm hearing. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Case, I'm kind of sensing. I'm not going. I don't think I want to go as far as to say Cassie liked it, but she was willing to put up with it for whatever her goals was. Right?
But what if she didn't have a choice?
What you mean she didn't have a choice? Like gun to her head?
If he threatened her life, if he was telling her that he was going to kill her, there's some psychological aspects to this. If he was threatening, because remember, that's what this is. If he was threatening her life, he RA'd her, he beat her when she, because remember that freak off, and the reason why I go to that video of where he beat her up in the hallway is the testimony in court says she was running from one of the freak offs, and he ran out in a towel, chased her down the hallway in the hotel, beat her up by the elevator.
I think it was
no. It was during.
After.
Oh, that
It was
day she
during.
had seen enough. I got you.
No. I'm just saying.
3 years later.
No. Listen. But remember the law. The rule was sexual assault. I would assume the rule. I would hope that the rule is it only got to be one time. If she was with it for 80% of the time, and then when she wanted to
you're
leave,
right there. Right.
Yeah.
If he went beyond consent even one time, you're absolutely
yeah.
right.
So I mean, so we're saying it's been 3 to 6 years, not one of them time. I mean,
I think y'all.
Do we have any priors? Like, do we have her going to the police and then still going back to Diddy?
Yeah, but hold on,
I don't think that matters.
Y'all putting the cart before the horse. That the track record normally counts in the punishment phase. Like you can get pulled over. They ain't gonna wait. You can get pulled over for DUI. They ain't gonna wait for you to get forward to arrest you. Your punishment may depend on how many you have or how many times you beat somebody or did something. That's the punishment phase. But a crime is most likely a singular event. Like it don't need to happen 10 times. If you're charged with something, it's most likely for that crime. Your punishment phase and all of that is, I'm sure that's where the history and all that stuff comes in the background. But again, and I don't know how much longer we're gonna talk about this, but again, this case is not about her; it's about him. Let's go around and see how many people think he's getting a fair trial. Does everybody or anybody think he is or is not getting a fair trial? Say so, and then maybe we'll move over to the Jordan LeBron thing. I know y'all sports heads.
And stay up here, due diligence. We're gonna have for about 30 minutes. We're gonna have a couple different conversations. I want to go to Ibrahim after this if we can.
Okay. Let me look that.
The fair trial. I don't know. It's too early to see if he's getting a fair trial, but federal, I don't think it matters because, Rico, if they can prove that he did, if they can prove the federal aspect, it really doesn't matter. I wouldn't play with the federal government because the federal government has a 95% conviction rate. That's why everybody pleads. So I don't think that they would bring this type of, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I don't think that they would bring this high level notoriety of a case in New York City to trial if they didn't think that they could prove it. I'm pretty sure we're going to find out things. Yeah, Trail says it's 97%. I'm sure there's evidence that we don't know nothing about. There's conversations we don't know nothing about and witnesses. We're just talking about Cassie because she's the first 2 or 3 days of the trial. So is he getting a fair trial for a monster, whatever trial a fucking monster deserves?
Right.
So
right.
Whatever trial a monster deserves is just as fair.
It's way too early to say if he's getting a fair trial. But so hits, would you say why would you say that we've had a couple days of Cassie on the testimony and you haven't had some solid connections from Diddy to the racketeering, right? Or to the where are the new names maybe that help string along all these other things that aren't necessarily in custody or some new information that they would have gotten from Cassidy, who spends all his time around him, that they didn't get from whatever else they were looking at. That doesn't to me that seems strange. I don't know if that's how to cover it, but what do you say?
I think I read before that part of racketeering could be violence. If they're using her to corroborate the violence part of it, that's all they need her for, is to show and prove and use video and text that he was violent. This is the first piece, and I think she was first maybe for Impact also too because of her physical condition. I don't know if they're 8 months pregnant or 7 months. She's super pregnant, so I think that was maybe one of the reasons why she's first. She had the civil suit, all of that going on. She's a R&B star, but she's a piece in this. If she can corroborate something else, that's all they need her for. If they're accusing him of violence and she could corroborate just the violence part, that's what they're going to use her for. This is just the beginning. They're going to paint the whole picture. And like Brad said, their track record. If I was him, I would, I think he should have took if I was him, but I think he should have took the plea and went on about his business.
Hey, Hits. Let me tell you how much of a nasty monster dude is. You said if I was him and you had to fucking reverse the words out of your mouth just because you like, I don't want to be I don't even want to joke like I could be him.
I can imagine my family sitting there in a courtroom,
listening. Bro, she named 13 men. Bro, the husband, and we go to due diligence, the husband had to walk out because she had to name 13 different men that Diddy made her hand pick to his liking and then describe the sex acts with each one. I don't even know if I could stay married, bro. I don't know if I could even stay married at that point. At that point, it would be.
Well, she's pregnant, so.
That's his child?
He got past a lot of stuff. He got past a lot of stuff, I think. I'm sure he knows some of this stuff, but.
Yeah, he ain't know that, bro. If he got up and walked out, I'm sure he was like, what? Like, I'm sure he had to somehow. I'm sure if he got, they said he moved to
it's
a
definitely
house
some conversations on the ride home. Yeah,
I'm sure he's like, now listen. I knew some
because
of this.
Think about it. If that's your wife, all of this. If that's your wife, right? You supposed to be there for her through thick and thin. To get up and walk out, to me, is bananas. That's crazy. That'd be like walking out. One of your kids will understand. That's your child.
In his
no
defense,
matter what they did.
In his defense, now I'm gonna give him this credit, and I'm gonna take what I just said back. I'm gonna give him this credit. What if he was about to get up and beat the shit out of Diddy though?
What do you mean?
Now
he
got up and headed to
Diddy's.
Now I'm saying, what if because listen, in one of those things you showed in them quotes, it said that he basically was staring at Diddy the whole day too, just staring at Diddy. He wasn't looking at nothing else. He was just staring directly at Diddy. So maybe it was on some, I don't want to go to jail behind this shit neither. Who knows what that man was thinking? I just know he got up and got out of it.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. Yeah, it's a lot going on in there.
Are you familiar with the Ibrahim in Burkina Faso due diligence?
No, sir.
I thought y'all was doing Eden. Hold on, what are y'all doing?
No. Hold on. No.
Can I speak to the last thing before we move on?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't have a lot of the facts on the case, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think in some aspects he's being treated unfair, but like the brother said, if he ate her one time, then it ain't no unfair. Anything after that is all ball. But I will say, correct me if I'm wrong, they tried to charge him with sex trafficking for flying out prostitutes. I think that's unfair. I think people do that. People do that all the time. Like if I was to fly in a woman to have sex with her, would I be sex trafficking? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's unfair. I think people do that all the time. People with money do that all the time. And I think that these people participate in a lifestyle that we can't fathom. Like they be swinging and changing partners and all this. Like the entertainment sex lifestyle is a whole nother beast that we probably can't even fathom. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of absurd to us, but these people, man, they are normal when you have money and power like that. Like people let you, do the number two on them. You know what I mean? So it's just a different kind of beast.
But that applies for a lot of stuff.
Chief X said that same thing. But I want to be fair. Chief X said that same thing about 3 months ago.
But a lot of things change when you cross state lines. What's good in one state, right? That's just a lot of federal laws. That's how they work. Once you cross state lines, that it becomes something different. And if in the state they don't want to prosecute or pursue you, they don't have to. That just puts you in the grounds of the federal government. So it ain't on the government, it's on your ass. If you're gonna do stupid shit or regular shit or freaky shit and you not aware, if I cross state lines while doing this, now that opens me up to the feds, that's your fault. It has nothing to do with right or wrong. The feds say if you do certain shit and you cross the state line, now you on our court and we can pursue different things. So
I agree with you. The law is the law. But I'm gonna ask you directly. Let's say there's a young woman that you feel some type of way. You got enough money to fly her out. You have sexual relations with the young lady, send her back home. Do you think you should be charged with sex trafficking? Do you think that's fair?
Trafficking has to do with prostitution, I think it said. Not dating. Now, but hold on. It's the government's job to prove it was for prostitution. Everybody knows the difference between me dating someone or having fun and it being a fucking prostitute. I'm sure prostitution, it may be a gray area in there where, well, I took a woman out to dinner and then we had sex, and well, prostitution, I paid for somebody and took them out to dinner and have sex. Did I? Oh no, that's
so let's prostitution.
Hold on, but go back to that question though, because I'm curious as to
what's the question?
So let's make it. I said dating, but let's just go ahead and make it. Let's say you wanted to pay for sex from a woman in another state, and you fly her in, it's consensual, and fly her back home. I don't think
that's against the law.
That's against the law. I hear you. At least let me finish it. I don't.
It says it's against the law.
Federal prison for that. I think that's extreme. I think that's extreme. The law says what it says, but I just don't agree with it.
But I don't think it's one person. I don't think it's a date. If they're charging RICO, again, we on the horse, then we put the card up there. If it's a RICO case, it's about an organization and like consistent and provable methods that people do stuff as an organization, not me and some woman, not me in a date or not me in an escort. It's a conspiracy of a group of people. It said to do this in an organized way, illegal things.
Well,
to do illegal things in an organized way.
Chef, that's away from the mic, bro.
Fucking house and water bottles and shit. This nigga just cracked a whole water bottle like he was breaking a squirrel's back.
Keep it up, Chef.
Yeah, that's sex trafficking. I'm gonna charge that. Hey, send me that bottle. DA on that bottle.
But yeah. It's a RICO charge. It's not just a sex trafficking charge. That's part of it. That's part of the RICO, the organized, committing of these crimes. That's why it's a RICO. It's just not him.
Can I bring some clarity to this though?
I was trying to respond to your question and he changed it because the question that you asked was, do we think he's being treated fairly? And I said in the aspect of sex trafficking, I think he's being unfairly in that aspect.
Okay, wait.
They're using that as a part of the RICO. It's not just one charge.
But let me get some clarity though. It becomes sex trafficking. Okay, if you consensually talk to a girl, fly her out to where you are, y'all have relations, and then you send her home, that's not illegal. If you fly her out to you, and you say I'm gonna pay you $500 to do this, that's prostitution. If you fly her out to you under the threat of I'm gonna kill you or I'm gonna kill somebody close to you, some kind of coercion, some kind of force, that's sex trafficking. So we got to understand that this whole case, that's why they have her testifying, and I'm assuming other people testifying, because I saw that documentary on HBO. A lot of they have some of the male prostitutes on there too, and one of the male prostitutes was even saying that Diddy was telling him that he was going to ruin his career, that he was going to make it where he wouldn't be able to do security or make music or something like that. So no. It's not that's the 3 levels. So you can consensually fly somebody out to you as long as there's no cash exchange. That's legal. If it's cash exchange part 2, that's prostitution. If there's force, coercion, and threat of violence, part 3, that's sex trafficking. So that's the 3 differences. And I don't think he did number 1. He was paying some of these prostitutes. I mean, some of these guys. That's why they're calling them prostitutes. and he was threatening her, like beating her, violence with her, and that's why they're getting the sex trafficking aspect. So I think as long as they could prove the force and the coercion part, I think due diligence where you having a challenge is and not even a challenge, just maybe because of you think that, in your opinion, you believe that she was complicit. So that would actually remove, I would assume, the force and the coercion for you, meaning that this was just something that they was doing, and it was just an act. Like I think Logic was saying that if she was with it and he was with it, that means technically it was just two consensual things that it turned into it. But y'all do both agree that if even one time he threatened her or even one time he forced her, then it goes into the sex trafficking realm. You would have to agree.
I do agree with that. I definitely do.
Absolutely.
Okay. Simply put, you see it on the screen. Knowingly transport across state lines for the purpose of engaging in prostitution or any other illegal sexual activity. Anything outside of that is fair game. If they find you liable for any of the shit on the screen, they're gonna bring your ass up on charges, or they could bring you up on charges. That's the law.
Y'all know they made that law because I think it was Joe Jackson, the boxer.
What was his name?
The black boxer.
Not Joe Jackson. God damn it.
I said
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson. There we go. Yeah. So we know this is already, bogus.
But okay. Well, all right. Well, I don't think Diddy
said bogus. I
don't think he thinks
diligence. I like
right
you
now.
With the camera on, G. Paul.
All right.
I actually appreciate you with the camera on.
Brass, what are you going to next? So I know.
He don't really know about Ibrahim.
Ibrahim who? Which Ibrahim?
I want to eventually have this damn Burkina Faso conversation.
I thought we was doing the Jordan LeBron talk. What do y'all want to talk about in the chat? Y'all want to talk about Burkina Faso, Jordan?
Due diligence. What topic? Since you up here
in the top 5?
Burkina Faso. That's the hottest shit. Like
I want him to participate. He said he don't know nothing about it.
I don't believe that.
I would still like to know. I'd rather talk about that than sports.
Okay, so the dictator in Burkina Faso. This is
That's you and Chef. Y'all have fun. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
I don't either. I never read nothing on that shit. I just listen to y'all and give my opinion.
So there's this African leader, right? And this goes to where I've come to learn in my Discord, our Discord, that the black people in our Discord don't care. They don't mind if black people oppress other black people. They just care if white people oppress.
They don't care if black men rape women.
I'm starting to get an eerie feling.
We don't care if black people sell drugs to each other, as long as we're selling drugs to each other. But if the white man ships some drugs, it's a genocide. But your cousin can sell drugs all up and down your grandma's block for 20 years. You won't find nothing wrong with that shit.
You got a nickel bag from him.
Yeah, you could buy it. It was only a nickel bag. You know what I mean? It wasn't a train full of crack. It was just
white people.
No. So essentially, what this is, due diligence is there's this. So Burkina Faso, there's this leader named Ibrahim. Could we find out how to pronounce his last name? I know it's Traore, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So, but Traore. I'm gonna just say Ibrahim. That dude with that dumbass beret on, and he when the French stopped dealing with the French left, he took over he did a coup, and he's the military general. He took over Burkina Faso, and he got the whole world, not the whole world, I'm being exaggerating, but niggas literally championing everything he does. He's liberating the country. He's doing he's saving people. We got to look to him as the new leader, and he's got to do what he's doing. But there's stories of atrocities coming out that under his command, independent watch groups have looked at him and looked at some of the things that's going on there and saying there's murders going on, there's suppression of the press. He said that there was going to be a democratic election in Burkina Faso, and then he just changed his mind and said, I'm going to be the leader till 2029. And the quandary that we're having is that we do know that the West gets involved, right? We do know in these situations the West gets involved. In Nkrumah, there's coups, there's counterintelligence. We know all the bullshit that the world does, but especially the United States when we want to get involved and fuck a country up. No, I just said when we want to get involved, the bullshit that they do. I mean bullshit, not like it's not real. Bullshit like it's just fucked up shit. But I don't think even they. I think people believe due diligence that it doesn't matter what he does as long as it's in the name of the liberation of his country and the freedom of his country and the power of his country. That we should basically, in the name, don't look at it as tyranny. Look at it as liberation, and just throw to the side the genocide, the fake ass electronic cars, the cuddling up to Russia, and that we should just look at it as he should be allowed to do. I even had somebody tell me that basically making him akin to Martin Luther the King. Like he's a radical in the way that Martin Luther King was a radical. Yeah, that's a show that's coming up. That people are saying we should just turn a blind eye, let that man do what he wants to do in his country. That's in the name of Islam. Stay out of his business. It don't matter if he's killing villagers. It don't matter what he's doing. Just let him do it. And I call bullshit on the whole thing. That's where I stand. Somebody else can go. Look, proof evidence, propaganda. Here we go. I knew this is coming. It's gonna get spicy.
So that's a lot. And since I don't know a lot about the situation, I just try to speak in generalities. But whenever somebody comes to power and something like that, like a coup, and then you have one power taking over a new power, you're always going to have some detractors. You know what I mean? Like you're going to have some detractors. And then as a leader, you know, you have to do what you have to do. When you're talking about war, when you're talking about being a president, when you're talking about being a dictator, whatever have you, you're always going to have somebody still that's going against you. So I just think that people have to do what they have to do. I feel like we don't have enough information to criticize them. I feel like right now in America, if black people got together and did a coup and took over, you're going to have other black people against them. We might have to beat up the Hebrew Israelites. We might have to beat up the Islam niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that comes with power. You're going to have to suppress some of your own people. And that is okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't please everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if I come to power and I put in a lot of work and I say, hey, we ain't doing this democracy shit. That's Western type stuff. We not traditionally do this type of stuff. We're gonna do some traditional stuff. I'm just the king, whatever, what have you. So be it. If you didn't put in the work to get in this position, what can you say? You need to shut up before I put this iron hand down on you. And that's just the reality of the world. And you can look at any nation that has become a nation and see that you got to kick some ass to become a nation, even if it's your own people. And that's the reality.
Now look at the chat, right?
This dude is a Benedict
Arnold. No, I just want to give an example of how the chat is going to change completely. Now, Chef, pay attention. What the hell? Can't even pronounce the man's name, but have so much to say, don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
He didn't start the coup.
I'm going with due diligence. Oh, my bad.
France been milking them dry. Propaganda. I already know that y'all love this fucking dictator. So enjoy.
I'm going with due diligence.
I'm sure you are.
Hold on. No. How many proud Americans we got in here, right? How did this country start, right? But everybody proud now, but how it started is how it started. So
it didn't start that
I'm going with due diligence.
It didn't start that way. It didn't start that way.
I don't know.
Look, you'll die.
It did. It started with genocide. It started with exploitation. murder, trafficking. It started with every law being broken in humankind. But everybody proud right now, though. So, yeah, go ahead.
They had a whole civil war because the two people on the same side couldn't even agree. Same thing that could be happening over there.
While having a democratic republic government, not a dictatorship.
Nah, I don't
we
know.
We were in a republic at the time. We were not in a. We were not.
And actually, hold on. We
were having elections at the time.
No, hold on. Didn't we? No. The hell with the Civil War. What about the Revolutionary War?
The Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
I know.
What about it? What about it?
What about it? Yeah, they told their fathers they don't want to do what they said. They told their fathers they don't want to do what they said no more. And they're gonna start their own shit.
They were trying to get away from tyranny to get to freedom, not go from tyranny.
And they use tyranny. Yeah, and they use tyranny to maintain the country.
Tyranny in order to set up the nation. So that goes to my point. Like whenever you come into power, you may have to impose stuff on your own people. And America is a prime example with the Civil War and the Revolutionary War.
Yep, kill 5 villages of people. Yep.
Every war just here.
Kill them.
It's black people that's dying. So don't nobody.
They African. They not black.
Yeah, well, they African. Whatever it is, the value of life is not as high when you're talking about those people. Who cares? That's basically what they're saying. Like I said, one black person die over here, we burning shit down. Y'all saying whole villages, hundreds of thousands of people get killed, and y'all saying
I think you made that up.
Y'all ain't seen no evidence. We ain't seen no evidence that the police actually did that to Freddie Gray. But guess what? He died in their custody. My city went up in flames. You feel me? It went up in flames. You know what I mean?
This is America, though. This ain't Burkina Faso.
I'm saying it's human life. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So obviously, African life is not as valued. If y'all saying as long as this dude is trying to start a new country, then the casualties in human life don't matter as much.
That's the definition.
Those people have lives, like their lives is just as important as this brother on the screen. Y'all gotta believe that. You feel me? Like, so if that's the case, fuck him coming into power. But if y'all don't see it like that, then hey.
What's the alternative?
The alternative is he ain't killing villages of people no more.
The alternative is open. Yeah, the alternative is
let France kill him, right?
No, hold on. No, we're not talking about France. The alternative is when you say that there's going to be an election and they get together and decide on who's going to lead and how it's going to be ran, you allow that to happen. Not say there's going to be an election, and because you're in charge of the military, just put yourself in power till 2029, cancel the election, make sure no one can run against you, make sure nobody can even speak against you, and then just go about the business of putting your thing together. Now, when y'all talking about the Revolutionary War, he didn't do a coup of France to get into power. He did a coup of another leader he didn't agree with. Another Burkina leader that he didn't agree with. He overthrew a Burkinabe leader in order to install himself. So that's not the revolution. Like, are y'all? I know y'all just saying stuff, but are y'all?
He Mansa Musa.
What's his side of the story?
From Mansa Musa country.
I missed the Discord arguments. What's his side of the story? Anybody know his? I don't know his side of the story. I'm just here because no one said anything in opposition.
I know.
I'm doing chef job right now since Chef is on your side, which is rare. This is a big round of applause. Chef and Brass is on the same goddamn side. That's amazing.
Yeah, because you know what's crazy? Because the conversations we've had is actually very revealing, probably to both of us, how much people don't understand. Like, even if you wanted to use revolutionary and civil war, those were people fighting, not a military. Like, this is August.
How can you say The Civil War didn't have military.
I didn't say no. But they were listen. They were popular mass movements involving civilians, not just soldiers. That's the difference, bro. So you can say it was a domestic conflict over slavery, federal authority, and seceding from the Union. That was a democratic struggle, not a power grab from a general. Like it's too different. You can't listen. You can't on his. He claims to fight terrorism, right? But then he limits the press, suppresses the opposition, and has shown no democratic intent whatsoever. So he talks about anti-colonial stuff but he's consolidating power. It's almost like he's saying France was the colonizer. And no, hell no, that's wrong. I'm the colonizer. Give me some time. I'll get this right. That doesn't make sense. And no matter how y'all word it, the fact that he's using the military to do it and not the will of the people. The only reason he's even able to do this is because he's running the military. No, there's nobody there that could dissent or go against what he's doing is going to jail or dying. So we're not even talking about a Burkina Faso way of life. We're talking about his way of life. Like what he thinks is right, not the people. This isn't a mass movement by people. This is a mass movement.
So you should not target your opposition, right? You should not target your opposition, right?
I don't know where you're going, but
I just asked you, don't target your opposition.
No, you said target. What do you mean target your opposition?
Go after, suppress, put down, get rid of. You should not go after your opposition, whether the legal opposition, military opposition.
No. If you say
because that's going on over here. So you know.
I know. I kind of figured.
No, you don't supposed to go after your opposition with the military.
I got you.
Like if your opposition, if there's a village of people that are opposed to your administration, you don't go after them with the military. That's like saying Baltimore didn't vote for Trump and we speak out against Trump and we support Kamala Harris. He can't then use the military to put
fuck this election.
Crazy.
Get her out of here.
Yeah, he don't need them. He can use his judges in the courts and the Department of Justice. He don't need the military. He can use other means of the government.
No,
but back to homeboy, right?
That's what we're talking about. We're saying Trump can't use the military because people disagree with him. That's crazy.
These are military coups going on over there, right? I don't know. I'm asking, so don't.
Him, just him.
He the coup.
There was a guy
but the group before him that was a coup also, right?
On. He looked crazy.
That was a coup before him also, right?
And a FUBU pullover.
All right, let's get to
that motherfucker's pullover.
10 o'clock. All right, y'all want to get to the sports? Y'all done with anybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a show on this because listen, I just love how all these African Americans over here sitting in their bed don't give a flying shit about Burkina Faso, but you throw his dumb ass up with a beret and a FUBU shirt. Now all of a sudden, that's the general, and that's the way.
Man, this is the first time most of them even heard of a Burkina Faso. Like that, I can't even pronounce.
I thought that was his name. I thought that was his name when I first saw it.
Ibrahim Faisal, crazy ass nigga. Man, y'all, you know what? It is so disappointing to listen to African Americans defend this shit. It is like y'all wouldn't accept this shit. He left it, and then the funny thing is, they support the African Union. But he left the African Union so he left the economic part of the African Union also, so that now nobody knows what any of the finances on the ground is even doing. Like they don't even know. They talk about the mines and the electronic cars. There's nobody to even tell you if he's fucking this whole thing up. Mm-hmm. Like that's my main issue, Chef. Like here's the thing: if he is doing right, cool. If he's doing the right thing by his people, cool. if that's what he's doing. But here's the challenge that I would have for him. And he ain't watching, but this will be my challenge for him.
He watching.
If what you're doing,
he watch everything.
He sees it all. He's Thanos. I done seen Thanos twice today.
He definitely watched the show. I know it.
What you're doing is so right. If what you're doing is so fucking correct, then allow people to come in and see it, bro. Allow. You don't gotta let the West do it. Allow your own people to actually document and have an independent thought without the threat of being thrown in jail. If they're like, wait a minute, these fucking electronic cars, these is just refurbished Nigerian cars, that's refurbished Chinese cars. And then they don't, without fear of being thrown in jail, murdered, or ostracized. That's what I would hope. That would be my thing. And you know what's funny? Now I'm about to curse, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the chat for half a second, right? Because that's where the fucking I don't worry about the shit that y'all boo, because I know the shit that y'all cheer for. So Stacey Betts, is that a man? That's a man, I'm assuming. All right, so Stacey Betts, shout to Stacey Betts. Why the fuck every time we had these conversations, whether it's FBA, ADOS, or something, the first thing y'all motherfuckers do, and this is what I mean, Chef. The first thing that people do is they're so for the women, they so represent women, this, that, and the other. He must have a white wife. See how this ignorant shit go? Like as if that shows me, for everything that people think they know about black people, if you have any dissenting thought against maybe what a bunch of people think, you have a white wife. This is ignorant shit. Ignorant as fuck. Just ignorant. It's so.
Oh, they saying you got a white wife?
Me of all people. Now here's the thing. Y'all know
they was
me.
talking about Ibrahim.
Yeah, he probably got.
I thought that's what he was talking about too.
I think he's talking about Ibrahim, yo. I don't think he's talking about you, Brad.
Is Stacey Betts a he?
Yeah, that's a guy. I don't think he's talking about you.
No. He's on a roll. He said, you sound like a French spy, but that they caught and kicked out. P Chef, I can't do this guy. Pause. I wouldn't want you to do me neither. Hold on. Actually, I thought it was a chick. But hold on. Let me see 1 second. And then he said some other shit about he must have a white wife. That's like every time we have these conversations, that's the first thing. You know how many times they've said Logic must have a white wife, bro? This shit crazy. But this is why I miss me with all this fucking respecting the women. And you see, motherfuckers get accused of that all the time. Disrespecting the women, you don't respect the women, and y'all immediately go after motherfuckers' wives while you look like somebody's fucking wife.
That is
wow. All right. We're going to take a commercial break. Then we're going to come back and talk about Jordan and LeBron, right? And Jordan's new job and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because last conversation I had with Logic, his sports takes.
But what's the name looking crazy, though? Anthony Edwards.
Hold on. After the commercial.
Look, we both look at the screen at the same time.
Yeah. I'm watching it right now.
You saw that, right?
Yeah. So get your articles or whatever. At least get a screenshot, because after that, I gotta feed the pets. Chef know what I mean. If you don't, they'll knock your door down.
Trimedia Records.
This is my story.
On your ID, you see me calling nigga. Out of his league, a workaholic nigga. Nickname, big game, big things. Handle his business, he never switched lanes. Had some brain surgeries in high school. Still came out that bitch a top dude. Moved to the city of the Mavericks. Came out this bitch dropping classes.
Trimedia Records.
What is that? We are fucking back. What is that? Fucking feeling good. What's it doing?
Check.
It's a fucking killer.
This that motion when I flow this shit. Nigga just so legit. You damn boy Looking good, that wood filled with the animal clover mix. When I pop that shit, it's the oldest trick. Literal coldest shit. Baby, text me since you got a bone up pick. I'ma pull up on the bitch. Holy shit. Notice the golden bonus that's on this wrist. On the trip, with no kills. Bitch, where the police be. But back to the session at hand. There go that man.
You said we was at.
All right, we are back. That's the DQ Hampton new EP. The link is going to be in the chat. Bass Fishing Guide, that's also by DQ. It's fishing season, at least where I'm at, right? That's going to be in the chat. Trimedia merch, the t-shirts, coffee mugs, all that good shit. That will be in the chat. Our Discord link is going to be in the chat also. So if you want to join the Discord and talk about this stuff on and off air, give us show topics or ideas, join the Discord. And now we'll talk about Mr. Jordan, right? Well, you guys are going to talk about it because I don't know shit.
Go ahead, Logic and Chef. Y'all continue that conversation that y'all was having the other day live, if y'all don't mind.
Okay. If unless you got some championship rings, right? Oh, okay, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna start you off right, Chef. I'm trying to get you together the right way, bro.
Okay.
Them niggas was trash, Chef. I want you to know that. Like, and I'm trying to figure out a way I can like temper it down and not include all them niggas. But for the most part, I think them niggas was trash, right? And okay, so this is where we really left off in the conversation. Because the real argument is we're trying to look at like what they bring to the table skill set wise. Most of them guys, they skill set don't translate very well, right? People who like you want maybe one guy on your team that's a heavy mid-range shooter, and he better be like creating that shot at a super high level, and and be super efficient at it, right? So like the people who are doing that are like they're skilled in a different type of way, they're athletic in a different type of way, and they're doing it against defenders that like a common defender now, I would have to say would rank among the best defenders of any other time period in basketball you're talking about. So I started you off right. You got some crazy claims in there. So what's up?
All right, let me try to figure out what you're saying. First off, you said that the older generations of players was just straight trash, right? So right there, now I'm supposed to take you serious. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to take you serious after you just said that the older generation of basketball players were just trash, right?
Trash.
Now, so I wouldn't say that the current generation is trash. See, I wouldn't even go that far, right? But the fact that you would even do that, it means that you don't have respect for the other side of the argument. So I don't even know what we could do, because anything that I show you that they did, you're already couching their achievements in a trash amongst trash competition in a trash era. So there's no way that they can have credibility in your argument. So it's ridiculous. You think what I'm saying? Even though they're still shooting the basketball in the same hoop, the basketball rim is still the same height that it was. You think what I'm saying? The basketball court is the same length. You dig what I'm saying? All of these things on the physical level is still there. They still got to do all of these things within those same parameters. Gravity still works the same way, far as lift and running against. All of these things in the natural world works the same way in all of these respective eras. But you're saying that the guys who was doing it under the same physical laws that these guys is doing it, those guys that was doing it in the previous era is trash under the same physical parameters. That makes no sense.
Now, trash might not be a word that you like, right? It might not fit what you think about their games, right? But I'm saying, like, I don't want to. We talking about a time where the point guard literally he gets the ball in the inbound and he posts his way up all the way up the court, right? And this because the defender on him is so good. It's because he don't got handles like that. And some of that's not his fault, right? We talking about a time where the game wasn't necessarily played like that. And you talking about some of that good old boy stuff of trying to keep the game pure. You know what I'm saying? It took for people to come along and try to like really break molds for you to get people to really be able to use.
What are is you talking about?
Right now, I'm talking about current era basketball.
No, what the you said that they would get the inbound and then back down from the inbound all the way to set up the offense. What is you talking about?
I mean, Magic Johnson did it. Isaiah Thomas did it. I'm not saying those are bad players, but we can go straight to the glory days of basketball.
Right. So Magic Johnson could do that because he was skilled. Magic Johnson could face up and push the basketball with the best of them. Are you sitting here telling me that Magic Johnson, could not push the basketball with the best of them? You got to be out of your mind. Magic Showdown? Are you telling me, have you ever seen he ran the best offense? Do you know how fast Magic Johnson and them was in the open court, running the fast break?
Is he faster than Giannis?
He plays the game faster than Giannis. I'm saying Magic Johnson.
Crazy, bro.
Magic Johnson plays
the no Giannis athletically, bro.
Magic Johnson plays the game faster than Giannis Antetokounmpo. His processing speed, his passing, what you're talking about Magic Johnson, and you're telling me that Giannis
Johnson
is all right. So give me another person.
Player. But he's just not. He's nowhere close to a better athlete than Giannis. He don't have to be a better athlete than Giannis. You can't be honest and say Giannis a better athlete than Magic.
I don't have no problem with Giannis being a better athlete than Magic Johnson. It was better athlete.
Is he barely edging him out, or is he smoking that motherfucker?
No, it was better athletes at Magic Johnson time, but they wasn't better basketball players. You dig what I'm saying? There were better athletes. There were better athletes than Larry Bird, but they wasn't better basketball players too. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee you didn't play against dudes that you were faster than, that you feel as though you had all the physical attributes that made you better than, but you wasn't a better player than them. How did that happen? We're still talking about playing the game of basketball. Right. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm trying to stay on one thing at a time, right? If we're just using Magic and Giannis, right?
No.
Comparing, I'm trying to not create so much room that you can.
I ain't trying to wiggle. I ain't trying to wiggle.
So Giannis, you done said it 3 times.
So Giannis and Joker, who's the better athlete?
What is Giannis? So let's stay on. Let's stay on Giannis and Magic.
Who's the better basketball player?
Let's stay on Giannis and Magic.
No.
Jokic,
no, you got to answer that question.
Jokic, easy.
So you just shot yourself. So
no, I didn't.
Being a better athlete does not make you a better basketball player.
Okay.
Use the word, but what he's saying is skills.
He's
not talking about better basketball.
Yeah, you
That's
keep
like
going.
saying what's a better
I'm
team.
saying you've seen Giannis
this
bring the ball
generation
to the court,
is more skilled.
You've seen the Giannis bring the ball to the court. you've never seen Giannis back somebody down full court, bro.
He probably can't do it.
What you mean he can't do it?
He probably don't have the dexterity and the coordination to do that shit.
He's got enough handle on the ball to where he actually can just do it, right? I don't know why that's difficult for you to say, right? I don't know why.
You think posting up takes less skill than facing the person up?
Let's divert. I'm gonna try to do it on purpose, right?
Motherfucking
Are you saying that Magic Johnson had Iverson like handles?
Did he have Iverson? Yeah, it was comparable to Iverson.
He had Iverson handles.
I'm saying it.
Who?
I'm saying. How am I crazy? Just because
Magic Johnson had a handle like
Iverson handles.
Yes.
Bro? I can't even argue that, dog.
Are y'all crazy? Yo, Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson.
Don't acquiesce to a false premise.
I'm trying to figure out
just because his dribble don't look like Allen Iverson's, don't mean that he ain't have full control over that motherfucker. Y'all saying that it has to look a certain type of way. Yo, Magic Johnson was cold with that basketball in his hand.
Let you finish, bro.
All right, I'm gonna stop.
It don't have to necessarily. It's not about how it looks.
It gotta be.
If we talking about who is gonna be like more effective at taking his defenders off dribbles, right? You gotta get an edge to Iverson. Like he's gonna he's gonna break you down with a lot more things. Magic Johnson is gonna lean on his size. Right? I mean, we know that. He's not going to be sizing you up, breaking down combos and trying to I just cannot see Magic doing that to like.
So what was he doing to people? How was he
in the NBA?
How was he smoking niggas then?
They was trash.
See?
I mean, Arkham's Razor, the craziest thing, bro. It's the simplest thing, right? Imagine. Okay, a great example I would say in the league right now is Derrick Jones. I think Derrick Jones is a really good example because he actually is a crazy freak athlete like that, right? Aaron, you could say Aaron Gordon is too, but he too high profile. I don't even want to use him. I want to use a regular ass nigga, right? Who we know stand in the corner. He catch, a catch and shoot player who is going to who probably he might not guard primary ball handlers on second team, but he might get some responsibility on defense. He might have to check somebody that's trying to score, especially if they got size. So I'm using him because he is an average player with like crazy above average like measurables as far as athleticism. As far as like jumping high, he's like 6'8", 6'9", or something stupid. I forget how much he weighs. I don't be looking at it like that, but he actually is good on defense. That guy, right, does not exist during Magic Johnson. Like the people who are remotely his size are power forwards, right? And he is like a small forward shooting guard in today's NBA. You get what I'm saying? Like he's taller than most small forwards in Magic Johnson's time. He's more athletic than probably most of the shooting guards, right? Most of the people who should be athletic. Like I'm saying, he would probably stand out athletically during Magic Johnson's time.
Yes.
He absolutely would.
But he can't play basketball. So
what
doesn't
you
matter.
mean he can't play basketball?
He wouldn't even be on the fucking court. He's just an athlete.
He wouldn't be on the court.
There's many athletes. There were athletes. Think about a Jonathan Kuminga. He's an amazing athlete. We can all see it, right? You can see Jonathan Kuminga. You be like, Kuminga is a hell of an athlete, but he can't play basketball. Sometimes it's not even.
I can't let you go. I can't. Chef, I tried. Nobody's really arguing if players are more skilled now than they were then. Nope, like nobody's arguing that. So for you to say that the guy who's more skilled now can't get on
more skilled than Magic Johnson?
You got some like
who did you just name? Who did you just name?
Iverson. Oh,
no,
it was Giannis. It was Giannis.
No, Giannis don't got more skill than Magic Johnson.
I didn't
it's
say
not even close.
We're talking about athleticism.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. So let's compare Giannis to athletes back then who was his size, right? Who played the game how he played. Now, if Giannis is out of this world, I'm saying we didn't already seen Giannis before.
And okay, go ahead. Show me what you're talking about.
Look at David Robinson.
I was about to just say you crazy, but
David Robinson. You don't remember David Robinson? David Robinson was out of this world. David Robinson is better than Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ain't no, man.
Bro, you is crazy. You is crazy. You think Giannis at his size and athletic ability then broke the mold in NBA basketball. So you're saying that David Robinson, the Admiral, wasn't shit. You're saying that he wasn't as big, as fast, and athletic and could play basketball better than Giannis. I just trumped you right there. And he played in Michael Jordan era. David Robinson. There you go. Who you got?
David Robinson ain't no Giannis. Athletically. He not.
You said what?
David Robinson is not a Giannis.
You tripping.
He's not running as fast as Giannis. Not straight line speed, bro. Straight line speed, Giannis is crazy fast.
Bro, you is crazy if you think David Robinson wasn't just as athletic or more athletic than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, that's why I'm saying you're disrespecting, and I'm not saying Giannis is trash. But look at what you're saying.
Is David Robinson taking off from the free throw line like that, like just regular shit.
Bro, are you crazy? Like, why couldn't
Giannis do that? That's just some regular shit for him.
I'm saying, but why couldn't he? Look, just because he didn't do it?
Did he?
He didn't have to.
Yes, if he gonna compare
why the fuck would David
athletically,
Robinson have to take off?
If I'm gonna compare him athletically to Giannis, he would have had to do it.
No, the fact that he didn't do it is not saying that he couldn't do it. Do you get that,
bruh? No, I don't get that. You saying the man had a 10+ year career and didn't do it, and you trying to say he could have did it, but he didn't do it? Come on, Chef, bro.
Chef. I'm saying David Robinson is a good comparison for somebody in Michael Jordan era that was equivalent to Giannis, and I'll go as far and say he was better than Giannis. You can say he was, but then you can say it doesn't matter how good he was because he played in a trash era. So you have a way out. Either way you look at it, you done already gave yourself a way out of anybody that I put up. Once you admit that David Robinson was probably just as good as Giannis athletically, they stood around the same height. You can look at their build. You can look. And I say, this nigga could score 50 points. He could score 75 points. He did all of this shit. But then you'll say, I don't care how many points he scored.
David Robinson was out there murking, bro. Sean Bradley, who he was getting the business?
He was out there playing against Kareem Olajuwon.
Dave Mearsheimer, who
he was out there. And he was out there playing against Shaq and Kareem Olajuwon.
No, Shaq would give him the business. You can't mention David Robinson and Shaq. That was the first barbecue chicken. He was the first crazy.
Shaq would look at you like you crazy.
Shaq would give David Robinson.
Shaq would look at you like you crazy. Bro, Shaq would look at you like you crazy for saying that David Robinson is trash and he don't belong on the same court with a fucking Shaquille O'Neal. That's what I'm saying. The people
I didn't say all of that. I'm saying that Shaq gave David
Giannis wouldn't even say he got more skill than Magic. I'm saying that Giannis would look at you like you crazy.
That. That's not what I said.
Oh, my bad. I'm looking at the screen.
I said, okay. Yeah, I'm saying he's more athletic. I'm trying to at least establish a couple things.
Right, but Giannis would be a center in 1995. He will be a center. So you got to compare him against other centers. That's why I said David Robinson. If you're going to look at size, athletic ability, you dig what I'm saying? Then you compare him to another center. I wouldn't compare David Robinson, Magic Johnson to Giannis Antetokounmpo when you're talking about skill, because it's a wash when it comes to skill, right or wrong. Magic Johnson got more skill than Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo is a bigger, faster, stronger athlete. He's a center. So I wouldn't compare the athleticism of a Giannis to a Magic Johnson, and I wouldn't compare the skill set of a Magic Johnson to Giannis' skill set. That don't even make sense. So when you said Allen Iverson and Magic Johnson, then yes, we can argue that because they were both guards. Who did more as a guard? Allen Iverson or Magic Johnson? You go first.
Yeah, so he's showing it up there right there. Shaq would be giving David Robinson the business. But anyway, so what was your direct question? I was reading what Hits had up there. Allen Iverson. I heard Allen Iverson. What was he saying? I heard you say like Allen Iverson in the question. I'm asking you to repeat the question.
No, I'm looking at the screen. It says point. Shaquille O'Neal 36. David Robinson 36. Rebounds. Shaquille O'Neal 21. David Robinson 19.
That's game high. That was one
assist.
But look at the average.
Got 8 assists.
Look at the averages.
I'm just saying, does this person look like he could hang with Shaquille O'Neal? If you look at that,
the averages, when the averages are David Robinson ain't even in the Hall of Fame no more playing against Shaquille.
No,
O'Neal.
David Robinson was.
He now a 15-8 nigga. That's a bench nigga.
No, by the time Shaq started to take off, David Robinson was going towards the end of his career. He's a little older than
So did he give him the business or not, Chef?
I'm saying, look at the numbers.
The numbers say he gave him the business, bro.
What you think Shaq would do with Giannis?
He give him the business too.
He would give him the business. So Giannis and David Robinson, that's the argument. That's what we were just talking about.
Right. Okay, let me try to stay focused with you. Because you asked me about Magic Johnson and Allen Iverson again, right? Mm-hmm. So like what I'm really trying to get you to see, right, is you gotta have some kind of layers with this skill and athleticism, right? There's nobody else. You gotta put Giannis up there in like the 0.1% of athletes in the NBA ever. Like he has to be up there, bro. He's 7 feet tall, outrunning people, jumping high. Like he is athletic, bro. You can't take that away from him. Like he is like freak of nature athletic.
That's why I said.
But when you talking about Magic Johnson, right? You're not going to be talking about him in those same elite classes athletically.
Right.
And I think realistically, you're not really talking about.
He goes in the skill set.
In those same elite classes, skill level wise. Now on passing, look, you can say vision on playmaking. I might give you that. I don't like it, but I'll give it to you, bro. You want Magic to be best passer ever? Cool. But what I'm saying
Magic was whatever you needed him to be.
He can have that one elite skill, but you can't give him elite dribbling.
I'm saying, nigga, if you needed dribbling, Magic could give you that. If you needed rebounding, Magic would give you that. He was a gamer.
You can't give him elite.
Magic was.
You talking about a regular?
Nigga, if you need a bucket, you give it to Magic too. Whatever he was a gamer.
I'm giving the ball to Brandon Roy before I give it to Magic Johnson.
Nigga, you crazy. You is crazy.
I'm giving the ball to T-Mac before I give it to
Man, listen.
I'm giving the ball.
I would take Clutch Magic over everybody that you named. The nigga was cold. If you needed a nigga to go get your rebounds, Magic could turn into that. If you needed him to motherfucking defend, Magic could do that. If you needed him to pass, Magic could do that.
That's
if
not
you needed
true.
a
That's
bucket,
not true, Chef.
Magic could do that.
I ain't running
Magic couldn't guard his
I'm not
shadow.
running ISO for Magic Johnson. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Magic couldn't guard his shadow.
You crazy.
No, that's the truth. Well, but I agree with you. Like his rookie year, Magic, when Kareem got hurt in the finals, Magic went crazy. Magic played center, went crazy in the finals. But
he played all five positions, didn't he? He played all five positions in one game.
Yeah, when Kareem got hurt in game 5, he went crazy. He had like 36, 16, and 10 assists. He went crazy. But the athlete is different now. It's different now. The cars is better. Like I said, antibiotics is better now. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with old people in basketball where they don't think that the athletes have gotten better. I don't understand that.
Do anybody in the NBA has a higher vertical than Michael Jordan?
What's the boy name that used to play for Chicago?
People,
Michael Jordan got the highest vertical.
But that's a myth. But that's a myth, though, Chef.
Yeah,
that's a myth. That never happened.
Go look it up.
That's a myth. That never happened.
Go look it up.
No, we telling you look it up. It didn't happen. Real shit.
It never happened. It's a myth.
It's vertical.
They got him at 48. They got him at 48, but it never happened.
Yeah,
why would you say that?
Zach Levine. That's what I'm talking about.
Zach Levine.
Like Aaron Gordon. It's a million guys with the vertical. What Jordan was different with was his contact balance. And the way it looked. It looked cleaner than anybody. Because, Dr. J could jump. There's a lot of people that could jump back in the day. But Mike's flair was a little bit different. Now it's 20 Michael Jordan.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is,
no,
bro.
It's not.
That's a fact.
20s is straight.
But listen, y'all. Hold on, Logic. Hold on. Y'all give Michael all the credit on how he looked and all that. That made everybody want to be like Mike. Why don't y'all take the credit for that? Everybody wanted to be like that, so everybody started being like that. And then we went through what I call the ball hog era, and y'all got the GOAT on the screen. I'm glad y'all got the GOAT on the screen. And the GOAT with Mike on there. But LeBron James, when he came, he brought the unselfishness back, like Magic was. Like Bird, it became more team oriented. It didn't become give me the ball and let me dribble 3,500 times. And they still do that now, but you can't win. Like everybody talking like people would average 40 points in this era. Yeah, they could, but they wouldn't win nothing. Like you brought up Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is one of the most inefficient basketball players ever. He overrated to me, just in my eyes. Now nobody can take away from AI's game, but you got to be efficient to win now. Like I'm watching the Ant-Man right now. This is Michael Jordan on steroids. He can shoot threes. He can dribble the ball, and he's just as athletic as Michael Jordan. But he got Julius Randle on his team. He got Mike Conley and them on his team. It's just so many more better players. And I still watch the sport. Most of the people that I hear talking, they don't even watch the sport no more. So it's a nice game going on right now. No Steph Curry. Draymond is garbage to me. But if you watch the athletes now, Chef, how can you not say that they're not better? But I'll give you David Robinson though. David Robinson was a beast. That was a good comparison. You pulled that one out your pocket. That was good, but he don't affect the game the same way as Giannis does. They the same defensively too. And David Robinson was a monster on defense. But Giannis affects the game so much differently. Just in transition, David didn't do that. Giannis can take the ball in the end like that. But like somebody like Barkley was good. It was a big man era back then. Now it's the guard era. So you're gonna be able to come up with a lot of bigs, Hakeem and all of them guys, Karl Malone. It was a lot of them back then. But like Rasheed Wallace was amazing.
David Robinson could step out and check point guards and shit like that.
Absolutely. He was lateral. He could move lateral. Yeah, he was amazing on defense. Yeah, you can't take nothing away from David Robinson on defense. He was, what was it, 3-time defensive player of the year, something like that, something crazy. But yes, but he just didn't handle the ball, and you ain't gonna see him on the break like Giannis. Giannis on the break is almost unstoppable.
Yeah, that's but like you say, I mean, I don't know why it's hard to admit, because most other people don't seem to have a problem admitting that the players today are just more skilled and more athletic generally than most.
Absolutely.
Like both of those things. Like so like you gotta if you take that into consideration as a truth, their level of competition got to be different too, bro. It has to be.
I always say that.
There's more skill. You're going up against more athletic, right? You're talking about analytics and all that other kind of stuff you got injected into the game now. Like I think it's just different, you know. And then everybody tall now too. Everybody wasn't, you know, you didn't have a bunch of big scorers back then. You might have had a couple of them, but you know, either you posting up every play or trying to score off the fast break with some wing players type shit. But you wasn't, you know, you absolutely wasn't making your money off ISOs, wing ISOs and shit. That wasn't what people was doing, dog.
Well, it kind of was because the defense was different. There was no zone defenses back in those days. But it was actual one-on-one basketball. Like you couldn't come and if you're gonna double team, you have to go double. You had to leave your man and you had to go double him. But if you look at some of those steal shots, Mike had a guy and he just had to get past his man. And the help defense had to be on the other side. It's just nuance in that though. Now you can play a zone. Now they help side on the help side block. They're on the back side block. They doing all of that now. So the whole game didn't change, but they'll never give Mike the credit for changing it. Them Pistons, he was never going to beat them Pistons if they let them play the basketball that the old heads say they like. They say they like that, but then Mike they got. That's what I don't get. Mike, when the dogs really showed up, I'm saying it out loud. When the dogs really showed up, Mike was a puppy. He acted like a puppy when Isaiah and them showed up and put him on his back. That's what y'all say y'all like, right? That's what they say they don't like about today's basketball. Oh man, nobody play no defense no more. It's not physical anymore. Well, thank you, GOAT, for that. Michael Jordan went crying to the commissioner, so they don't play basketball like that no more. And me myself personally, that wasn't basketball to me. That was
definitely not defense. Just because you can clothesline somebody, that don't mean you could stick them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's how they play. If you come in the lane, you got to put on your pocket. That's how they played back then. So they really don't miss their basketball. They just complaining about look at him putting this up here. Top 10. What they say? NBA. Oh, all time. Who they got there? Who number 2? Why the dude from Chicago ain't number 2? They got the GOAT at number 2 on here.
But you know what? As much as I don't like to say it, I think you might have to knock Bill Russell down a little bit.
Yeah, because that was nonsense. That ain't even basketball. What they played, that was nonsense. They gotta cut this stuff out. Larry Bird over Kobe Bryant.
All the dribble offenses and all that kind of shit. That's different.
Yeah, have you ever watched any of them games, Chef? Have you ever seen that basketball?
Who? Bill Russell?
Oh my God, it's so ashy. Oh my goodness, it be lotion like a.
Well, Bill Russell. But the reason why I feel as though Bill Russell gets his credit is because everything that they told him that he couldn't do, and he still found a way to win. They didn't want a black man scoring, right? Because he could score, but you in motherfucking Boston, we don't want no black dude hot dogging and dunking and you dig what I'm saying? All of that. So they took that away from him, and he still found a way to win. You dig what I'm saying? He was able to dominate the game, and they took his scoring away from him. You dig what I'm saying? That's some.
Kind of. I mean, he
I'm gonna
wasn't.
dominate y'all regardless. You feel me? I'm a dominate nigga. I'm my assists, my rebounding, my defense blocking. I ain't letting y'all get nothing. You feel me? Like, yeah. I give Bill rep.
Chef,
Bill,
it was 18s back then. 18.
Uh-huh.
And they was predominantly what, Chef?
White.
Yuck. I can't float with it. I can't do it. He was a great defender and all that stuff, but I mean he played against Wilt too, and where was Wilt on there? Wilt was crazy.
Yeah,
Wilt translates to any era.
He
Wilt
was
Chamberlain
out of this world.
He was out of this world.
Athletically,
he translates. Yes, absolutely. He could play. He could play basketball too, though. He had a turnaround jumper, all that stuff.
Yo, you see the fadeaway? Yo,
absolutely.
Look at Will. The nigga had the fadeaway was crazy. Like, yo, what is this dude? Like, how did he get this in '69? You feel
yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? Get him up too. Yeah.
Right.
What was it like? He like a volleyball Hall of Famer too, or something like that, ain't he?
Triathlon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was a triathlon athlete. He was a weightlifter, a track star. Man, Wilt Chamberlain was. You're talking about athletic. Man, it's crazy.
Do y'all think he was the strongest Shaq though? Real shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You think
they say this nigga lifted cars off of people? Like they say, yo, he wasn't even. It wasn't even realistic how strong this nigga was.
Yeah, but go look at the video where old Wilt Chamberlain shook Shaq in. Go watch this and look at how Shaq look at him like, oh, okay. He shook Shaq in so hard. And this is old Wilt. This ain't even athletic.
You breaking up?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm breaking up.
Everybody breaking up.
Oh, wasn't nobody talking with me.
Everybody breaking up. Logic.
Nah, I can hear you. Go ahead. I'm trying to rap. I'm trying to like keep up with what y'all saying. That's a tough.
Hey, can you hear me better, Chef?
I feel like Wilt. Yeah, that's much better. I feel like Wilt Chamberlain's strength kind of like on some legendary status now. It don't really gotta be real.
I'm about to die anyway.
I think it's a little exaggerated. That's just me.
Oh, there you go. My bad. Oh, Chef left?
Yeah, he probably come right back.
No, I think he was losing his connection.
Yeah, so you saying that Shaq is as strong, or Wilt is just as strong as Shaq?
He might be stronger than Shaq. I don't know. I don't know. But when Shaq got dominant, it was over with. 34 Shaq in Los Angeles. Oh, that was scary times. From 99 to 01, that Shaq. Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what you could do with this. And this is what I used to say. If you didn't come to the game with somebody 6'10" to 7 feet tall, at least 260 to 300 pounds, you didn't have a chance in the world. He used to get people jobs back then because you used to have 2 or 3 of those guys on your roster at all times just to play against Shaq. Otherwise, he'll have 60. And then everybody fouling out too.
Yep.
That was some of the craziest times ever. Shaquille O'Neal, that being that big.
Yeah, watching Shaq get wrapped up under the rim, pause. That shit was crazy, over and over and over again. Nah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like Wilt Chamberlain. That's like all some lure stuff. That's just me. You know, Shaq had to do whatever he did up against some much bigger guys than Wilt did. So, you know.
Yeah, better competition. I mean, you can't argue that. If you go 20 years later, it's hard to argue about the errors. It's hard to do. I don't even know how they still get to put it on TV and stuff that they arguing about the GOATs and all that stuff. Like have y'all ever watched Pistol Pete Maravich?
Yeah,
he was cold.
He was cold, but he didn't play against nobody black. So what I'm gonna do?
Right.
What I'm gonna do with that?
Right. I definitely think Jason Williams is colder than Pete Maravich.
White chocolate, Jason? No, sir.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe like Jason Kidd, yeah, but I don't know. He averaged 40 a game in college. Pistol Pete.
If all of this athleticism is what y'all making it out to be, then Luka and Jokic would not be dominating. If these black athletes, if their athleticism, you know what I mean, trumps skill, then Luka and Joker would be fucking getting creamed out here.
But did you watch the Minnesota series? Did you watch the Minnesota series with the Lakers? Yes. They was creaming Luka. He can't guard his shadow. Listen. In the playoff,
Luka was the highest scoring person in that.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he dominates the ball, Chef.
They couldn't do nothing with his unathletic ass.
But they did do something with him. They switched hunted him to death. We call it look, Chef. We call it find the scrub. It's called find the scrub.
So
they was switch hunting. No, they was switch hunting Luka. Luka's the scrub on the other end. If you cannot guard your shadow, you can't play.
No, hold on. So when Luka is giving these motherfuckers 36,
it don't matter.
So that don't matter. So what he does,
it must not. They lost 4-1. What are you talking about,
bro? So now you gonna put the team shit on one person? But
because you said dominate. You said dominate, Chef.
Yes, he's
but dominate is what LeBron was doing in the East. None of these dudes is dominating to me because listen, I'm gonna go back to your point, because if Giannis was as good as logic say he is, he's supposed to be in the finals 8 straight years. If Logic, if Luka and Jokic,
but you ain't really saying nothing. I'm telling you, like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but
what you saying?
Really, what Chef said really should defeat what you're trying to say, right?
What's that?
You're trying to say that there's these outliers of people who are really good at basketball and able
LeBron
to be successful without the athleticism, which is why he mentioned.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what. That's what Chef is saying.
That's what he's saying. But in reality, if it were the other way around, right, you would see more people like Luka and Jokic, right, able to develop this super high level of skill to where they can overcome the adversity of being athletically challenged. Like, you would see more people able to do that, and the fact is you don't.
Yes, that's right. No, that's what I was saying, Logic. Them two are outliers, but Luka on the other end is as bad as he is as good on the offensive end, and they switch hunting him to death. They couldn't wait for him to be out front on Anthony Edwards, and they was just walking past him. You watched it though, right, Chef?
I did. I actually did see it. He was horrible.
So the Lakers lost because of Luka.
He couldn't stay in front of nobody.
He was a big problem. They probably lost because they didn't have a center, but he was definitely a big problem.
Yeah. Gobert had 20 and 20 in the closeout game. But yes, it collapses the rest of your defense, Chef. Now you got second level help, and they was making threes. That's what the game is now, drive and kick. That's what it is now. But Luka is amazing on offense. Joker is amazing on offense, but Joker is 7 foot tall, so it's easier to hide him. You can't hide Luka on that perimeter. They're gonna come get him, and you're gonna have to guard Anthony Edwards. You're gonna have to guard Julius Randle out top, and they was just walking past him. That's what happened.
So Joker is winning all these MVPs, right?
Yes.
And his stats is out of this world. Right?
Absolutely.
Best player in the league, right?
Well, I think Giannis is, but go ahead.
Giannis better than Joker?
Absolutely.
See.
But let me tell you why. Because he can guard. I mean, you can't just forget about the other end.
Look at this.
You can't just do that.
Bro. Look at the stat line.
The stats are eerily similar, but Jokic passes the ball more, turns it over more too. But I get what you're saying. By the metrics, yes, Joker is one of the best players ever. But I just don't forget about the other end. I think Ant-Man is real good. He play both sides of the ball. This is just me talking.
Now
This is just me.
Ant-Man is not as good as what as I feel like he's on Brunson and
he's really good too.
Yeah, I say he's on Brunson and Donovan Mitchell in them level, and everybody is playing that shit up way more than what it is.
What about Tatum? What about Jason Tatum? Tatum good too, huh?
Yeah, Jason Tatum nice. Like who would say Jason Tatum ain't nice? Like, see now we're not having
what level? I'm trying to
conversation.
see what level you put him on, because that was just kind of crazy what you just did. Donovan Mitchell and them ballers though, but they don't really lock down on defense like and do.
I'm saying lock down on listen.
I've seen him on a crazy run. And got KD out of here, LeBron, and on a crazy run.
I've seen Kyrie and them cook that nigga last year.
Yeah,
I've seen
that's
Luka
right.
and them cook where the defense at now?
20,
where all of this? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not trying to hear.
But so you ain't watching this year.
No,
you got to update.
I'm watching this year.
No, you're not. You're talking to me.
I've seen this nigga have horrible fucking games. Like,
they finna be in the West Final.
I've seen them have horrible games. So the swing, what I'm saying is this. I don't believe that he's on the level higher than Donovan Mitchell and them. And Brunson and them. I feel like the league and the media is pushing that, but I don't see it. I don't see it. That's me. I could be completely wrong. You can look at me like that.
You need to get that. You need to get that prescription check. You talking about you don't see it. Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he's definitely at least a half notch above them. Just
he in the West. He in the West doing it. Come on.
Yeah, just on defense alone, he got to be at least a little notch above them.
So when he got cooked last year, like what was that?
Kyrie cooked everybody, dog.
No, but wait, Logic, don't even let him do that. That's a faulty premise.
I mean,
because this is how basketball is played. This is how basketball is played. And I just told you this. I don't know why you don't get it. They switch hunting the trash. They not going at Anthony Edwards. It wouldn't even be smart to do that.
Why wouldn't
you get your worst defender on the best offensive player? That's how they play basketball now. It's called find the scrub. Just listen, Chef. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna learn you something.
I mean, but that's been playoff basketball though. They gonna pick and roll at the top of the key or run a weave if they got to get that.
Absolutely.
Everybody said that Anthony Edwards dropped the ball last year in the Western Conference Finals, but
that's
for
not
some
true.
reason, I'm sitting here, y'all sitting here,
but that's not true because they were saying Kyrie and Luka was the best backcourt ever. How he dropped the ball? How the 23-year-old dropped the ball?
Because they were saying this 23-year-old was the kryptonite to everybody. He said, I can't wait for Kyrie. He wanted that smoke. And when Kyrie and them got in front of him, he ain't even look the same. Nigga ain't even look the same.
I don't know what y'all talking about. You talking about last year. You talking about last year and Kyrie and Luka at home. He just sent Luka home. I don't know why you talking about last year.
That's because Luka was on team with LeBron bum ass. And
look, you got LeBron on the screen right now.
Yeah, look. When Luka was with Kyrie Irving and them, they got Anthony Edwards and them asses up out of there. He go with LeBron and them, and they get fucking ran out the gym. So
Kyrie is better than LeBron. Kyrie better than LeBron.
What I'm saying is that obviously Luka, you dig what I'm saying? With Kyrie is better than Luka with LeBron.
Impossible.
So if Anthony Edwards sent Luka home, then he sent Luka home because Luka was playing with LeBron James.
That's what you want. That's what you've been wanting to say.
What is the common denominator? What is the common? If all things changed, right?
They did though. They didn't have PJ Washington and Derek Lively. Like that's what the Lakers was missing. The Lakers was missing rim protection and wing speed. See, this is why certain parts of the games is for novices. That's why they still put point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward on people's position because it's for the novice.
I've never heard when you look
LeBron
deeper. James, now y'all telling me that if a player go with LeBron James, right? Which is the best basketball player ever, his chances of winning.
Talking about 40. So if LeBron, how old was Kyrie last year? Kyrie, 31 last year?
Was Kyrie better than LeBron last year?
No, Kyrie wasn't better than LeBron last year.
All right, so then,
but this year he might have been. But listen, it's a totally different dynamic. LeBron James at 31, he don't even need Luka. He don't need Luka. None of the rest of them. He carrying Rodney Hood in them to the finals.
That was in the East. If his ass was in the
now
West,
it's in the East.
he wouldn't even
Now
would
it's in
have
the
went.
East.
He wouldn't even would have went. You know what was happening to him? You know what happened? You know what happened to him when he took them niggas to the finals against them Western Conference teams? He got his dumb ass ran out the gym.
Name the Western Conference team. Who was it? It was the KD Warriors. And why they go get KD? Why the Warriors go get KD?
No. I'm talking about when he first time with Cleveland, when his ass went to the finals. What happened?
His first time with Cleveland? Oh, you talking about Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt?
No, the first time he went.
Yeah, when Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. That was the first time they went.
He went to the finals before.
Oh, against the Spurs?
Yeah, what happened?
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
They got swept.
Yeah. Now.
In 07.
Yeah, exactly. You dig what I'm saying?
What? I don't dig what you're saying. Don't even get it.
So obviously, right? When LeBron,
you gonna say something?
Obviously, when LeBron, he could go to the finals in that because he could get through that weak East. But when he played a motherfucker,
wait, the Pistons,
he got swept.
The Pistons was weak.
He got swept.
What are you talking about?
So how do you get swept in the finals?
The other team win 4 games.
Yeah. I mean,
in a row.
So
in a row. But is the East still weak now? Is the East still weak now, Chef? Is the East still weak now?
Superstar who got swept in the finals.
Name you a superstar who got swept in the finals.
Yeah,
LeBron James.
Yeah, I'm saying other than LeBron, that's already a given. Name somebody else who got swept in the
somebody
finals.
Else that got. I don't know.
Superstar.
I don't
never
know.
even heard of it. Matter of fact, y'all look that shit up. So I'm saying that obviously,
but listen, that's crazy because he played the Spurs and he got swept by the KD Warriors, 2 of the best teams ever. And now it don't even matter that you got to the finals. That's incredible to me.
It don't matter that you got to the finals.
That's incredible to me.
Why should we care if you got to the finals?
At 22, 23 years old, don't matter.
So I've never heard what's his name? Karl Malone and them get credit for going to the finals.
Of course they did. They give the Bills credit for going to 4 straight Super Bowls. No, it's just that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about with novice. See, novice think that it's only one good team every year. The only good team this year was the team that won the championship. That's impossible.
No. I'm saying that the Spurs. I'm saying that the Spurs had better competition in their own division than they did.
Why do you think
in the finals?
So why ain't nobody else going to the finals as much? The Eastern Conference the same, right? The Eastern Conference the same, right? When he left.
If I sweep the Eastern Conference champions, right? And I win 6 games in my conference.
That's trash.
That means that it was other teams in my conference that was more comp than the champions.
No, that matchups make fights. Matchups make fights. So you think the Spurs would have swept the Pistons, the team that LeBron had to go crazy to beat?
No.
But he beat them, so that don't make no sense.
Obviously. But
when he put, so what are you talking about, Chef? You just said it's better competition, but he beat the Pistons team.
Right. The Pistons had a lapse. I don't know what happened.
Ben Wallace got hurt. Ben Wallace didn't play like game 6 or something like that.
So you putting more context to it.
No, but you got to put more context on it. But listen, I'm about to tell you, I'm about to put more context on it. I'm about to put more context on it. The year that they got swept by the Warriors, what happened in that game 1 when LeBron James had 50 points? What happened at the end of that game? You remember what happened at the end of that game? J.R. Smith, it was on the Henny. You remember that?
Oh, when he passed.
That don't matter. See, that don't matter. It's only thing that matters is the final goal. See, and this is why dudes don't play hard in the All-Star game. This is why dudes is low managing. This is the reason why. They hear people like y'all talking. Only thing that matters is the finals. So, and then the same people will come and complain, why they don't play hard no more? Why? Because y'all focused on the end goal too much. Y'all focus on that too much. And they start focusing on that too much. And now they can't win for losing. So this is what I'm saying. It definitely matters that 20-something-year-olds make it to the final. You think that didn't matter to Boston and they run? When Jason Tatum then was battling LeBron before they got good enough to win, you think them growing pains didn't matter? Mike losing to the Pistons and stuff like that. You think that didn't matter? Y'all be crazy talking me. Y'all be sounding crazy talking about sports to me.
No, we're still talking about what the fuck is this game?
You was talking about LeBron James not being better than Kyrie at 40 is crazy. I don't know why you did that.
So now, see, this is the thing. Mm-hmm. If LeBron James
closing remarks, man, I'm about to have to dip.
Oh yeah. We
all right, I
if LeBron James win, right? Uh-huh. If he would have beaten, everybody said that LeBron and them was gonna beat the goddamn.
Why would they say that?
That's what they were saying. They said that LeBron
Who was that saying that? Do you know that the 3 through 7 seed was separated by 1 game? Do you know anybody? You know any of them teams? You know any of them teams could have been 3 through 7?
Yeah, but I'm saying that all of the analysts, they gave the nod to the Lakers. And that's
why you think that is? Why you think that is?
Because they got LeBron and Luka.
Stop. Why you supposed to say Luka first?
Well, Luka and LeBron. Either way.
There we go. It definitely matters. It definitely matters because you just talking about.
And what happened?
They lost.
But
did you watch the game?
I don't want to hear.
But did you watch the game?
Man, I'm out of here, Tuck. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Man, I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing about Diddy. I heard nothing. I just jumped on her. I never catch you live, Chef. I never get to catch you live.
I know, man. You gotta come around. You gotta get in our Discord.
Man, I'm in the Discord. I just be missing. I'll be at work, man. I just moved and all of that stuff, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta get in the Discord. That's where we be at.
Man, they be going crazy in there. They be pinging my phone up too much. Yes.
Yeah, we in. No, is you in the what's the name Discord?
Which one? The Trimedia. I think I just got in Trimedia. I think I just got in.
That's where we be. I don't even.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do all the sports. We do the sports, everything in there every day.
Okay. You know I do that though, but yeah, I just want to say, watch football season to come back. You know that's my stuff though. Basketball is so second rate to football, but yeah, man, the playoffs been all right though. If I don't gotta watch Cleveland play no more, I'm good.
Yeah, these is good ass playoffs.
Yeah. Right,
yeah, definitely been fire. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Elijah, close this motherfucker out.
All right.
Want to grow your brand? Advertise with Trimedia. Reach thousands on YouTube, social media, and more. Targeted, effective, affordable. Contact Trimedia today and get noticed where it matters.
fucking back. What is that? Fuck, I'm feeling good.
Check.
He's a fucking killer.
With that motion, potion, when I flow this shit, nigga just so legit. You damn boy if you sliding, how many hoes you get? Me? They be on my dick, smelling like the coldest scene. Looking good, that wood filled with the animal clover mix. When I pop that shit, it's the oldest trick, literal coldest scene. Baby, text me since you got a bone up pick. I'ma pull up on the bitch. Holy shit, notice the golden bonus that's on this wrist, on the trip, with no chips. Bitch, where the police be. But back to the session at hand. There go that man.
Trimedia Records.
This is my story. Get the story.
On your ID, you see me calling nigga. Out of this league, a workaholic nigga. Nickname, Big Jane, big thing. Handle his business, he never switched lanes. Had some brain surgeries in high school. Still came out that bitch a top dude. Moved to the city of the Mavericks. Came out this bitch drunk and classy.